You bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Getting you ready for the Chargers and the Texans. As Kevin told you at the top, this Houston team without weapons in the passing game, Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell due to injury, but they do have Nico Collins, fourth highest receiving yards per game in the league this year. He was actually leading the league before a hamstring injury put him on the shelf. Since that time coming back, he's only averaging about 63 yards per game. When I talked with him this week, I asked, in this intricate offense, how important is it for the timing to be just right between quarterback and receiver?
Timing is everything, because everything is sped up in the game. It's not like practice. Everything is going full speed. So you got to have that calm composure and calm mindset, man. And Seven, he's great at that, man. His composure in the pocket, even, when defense is, blitzing him, he's trying to hurry him up, man. He's just calm and composure. But I feel like that's come through. You get that timing through practice and repetition. We work on those things. We work on the timing. Whenever his back foot hit, he letting it rip. So whenever we get to the top of our route, expect the ball.
There are periods of time out there when it looks like CJ could look your way literally almost on every snap, and it looks like you are creating space just about every time. Is there a feeling that you have in those situations, in those moments where, you know what, I really don't care who's on the other side, who's lined up, where they are. Nobody's stopping me right now.
Yeah, for sure. All the time. I feel like that's going to be your mindset regardless of the receiver. Whoever lined up across from you, they trying to stop you from doing your job, and they trying to, stop you, So I feel like you got to have a mindset like whoever lined up across from you, you got to get it, So I feel like that's been my mindset, man. Just, taking advantage of my opportunities, whenever route I have, you just never know when the ball coming your way, so you don't want to take a play off. And really just having fun. It's the same game, you've been playing your entire life, just at a higher level, so it take another inch of, discipline, another inch of, focus, focus on your body, because it's the highest level of the highest, there's no better level than this. So I feel like, man, for me, just having fun with it, and just taking advantage of the opportunity, whenever you make a play, just hearing the crowd yell, seeing your team make sure for you, man. It's really no better feeling than that. It gives you the energy to keep going, continue to make plays for your team, man. So you can have that joy, walking to the locker room, seeing the smiles on your brother's faces, man, when you make a play, and really just being there for each other, man. It's a great feeling, just being there, making plays for your teammates and having fun while doing it.
Well, here you are now facing your former coach. And when you look at your development as a player, how is he so impactful in what you became as a player and really as a person?
I feel like just his care. I feel like he was always that great coach. Always, there for you no matter what. Always in your corner, always that shoulder to lean on, advice, to give, and knowing Harbaugh, man, he's a football guy. He's blue collar guy, head down, all he knows is ball. It's no great feeling. And, while my years was there, has been playing for him. It's great, man. He make sure you're feeling good. And whenever you're out there, man, he make you have fun, not forgetting about the game of football. And really grateful and thankful that he was my coach while I was there, man. And never regret one moment.
A lot of Michigan and Ohio State in this game, and one Ohio State guy is going to be key today. C.J. Stroud this year, 1-5 against winning teams, averaging just 16 points and only 215 passing yards per game. We come back. There's some of you still playing fantasy and other things today. Michael Fabiano will tell you some of the best ways that you might walk away a winner. This is Westwood One's coverage of the NFL playoffs.
Science is not an opinion. People come before pipelines. It's not too late to act on climate. No one is above the law. At Earth Justice, we hold these beliefs to be self-evident. As a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment, we are 150-plus lawyers representing clients free of charge, because now, more than ever, the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights more cases on the environment than Earth Justice. And we win because these are fights we cannot lose. We win for scientists so they can serve at the EPA. We win at the Supreme Court because clean water is for everyone. We win against fossil fuel plants so communities can breathe freely. If you believe what we believe, then help us fight the good fight and help us keep winning by going to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
Mom, Dad.
Before you throw out those unused medicines, just think for a minute.
Grandma, Grandpa, all you guys take meds. That's why you gotta dispose of your old pills correctly.
Those pills for your back pain or migraines.
When you throw them in the trash, those medicines can become lethal in the wrong hands.
Our hands. You may be finished with that medicine,
but those pills are making me real popular at school.
my brother James could think they're candy. Our dog loves to get in the garbage, and those meds can make him sick or worse.
So stop. There are better ways to dispose of your unused meds.
There are lots of police stations, local pharmacies, and hospitals that are approved to take in unused meds and dispose of them safely.
Disposal sites are close by.
It's easy, and it's the right thing to do. For us. The ones you love.
To find a medicine disposal site near you, visit www.safe.pharmacy. A public service message from the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy.
Welcome back to the NFL wildcard playoffs on Westwood One. I'm Scott Graham. Time for our weekly fantasy football preview with Sports Illustrated senior fantasy analyst Michael Fabiano, sponsored by Prize Picks. Don't miss out on the football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. Download Prize Picks and use code PRIMETIME. Get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. Must be present in certain states where it's lawful to wager. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details. Michael, how are you?
I am doing well, my friend. How are you?
I am well. Let's start with game one because we got a lot of ground to cover.
We do. Josh Palmer is not playing in this game, but Gus Edwards is active for the LA Chargers. One trend that I want to pick up on here for the Chargers has to do with Ladd McConkey. He has been on fire, 14-plus fantasy points in 7 straight games. During that time, 18.7 points per game. He's run 66% of his routes from the slot. The Texans have given up 6 touchdowns and the 4th most fantasy points from the slots from week 9 to 17. So this is a great matchup for McConkey. That's why his prize pick is more than 25.5 yards on his longest catch. So go with Laddie Daddy on that one. And then also Will Dissly, more than 30.5 receiving yards. Remember, Josh Palmer not playing in this game.
Steelers and the Ravens for our nightcap, and with Zay Flowers out, that's got to change some things, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and that will be reflected in my prize picks, and they are both Isaiah Likely. I have him for more than 29.5 receiving yards in this game and more than 3 catches because I think he's going to end up being one of the beneficiaries of Flowers not playing in this game. One other interesting note, Lamar Jackson has scored 20-plus fantasy points against the Steelers just once in 6 career starts against them, but it came back in Week 16 where he had 20.5. His prize picks total, 22.5. So that might be a little bit high based on the trend of Jackson only having 20-plus points once in his career against the Steelers.
See if he can stack them back-to-back against Pittsburgh later on tonight. Mike, thanks. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you again next week.
All right, take care.
Still to come, we're going to get you one step closer to kickoff time. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
It's playoff time. It is now or never. Do not miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks now accepts major credit cards for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Join Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, available to play in more than 40-plus states, including California and Texas. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code PRIMETIME and get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That is code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks. To get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5, you don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
This sandwich is not just spicy, it's flavorful. Hi, this is Matayo. And this is Elsa. And a little thing I love about...
What's up, insiders? Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. Holy cow. What a showing by Ohio State. The Ohio State. What a win.
Cheers, insiders and football fans all over the world. This is Joe Bowen, Hall of Fame voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and, more importantly under these circumstances, a huge football fan of the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Well, we want to thank you for hanging out with us and cheering on your favorite team during the SickKids Football Frenzy campaign here on TSI.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today for the NFL playoffs. Please check the link that is pinned in the chat as well. It's in the description. And donate if you are able. It makes a huge difference to our community in Toronto with this hospital that I'm not alive today if it's not for the work that they did at SickKids Hospital. So I am forever grateful and thankful that you're here helping me make a difference for our kids and families in Toronto. Now let's get back to the football. Good luck to your team.
The call on CBS Radio, this state and NFL history, Super Bowl IV, exactly 55 years ago in New Orleans at Tulane Stadium. On January 11th, 1970, the Chiefs defeated the Vikings 23-7 to capture their first of now 4 Lombardi trophies. Led by the defense, which forced 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles, Kansas City pulled off the upset, as Minnesota was favored by nearly 2 touchdowns. For the Chiefs this season, all roads lead back to the Big Easy as they look to make history by becoming the first team to win back-to-back-to-back Super Bowls. That's our memorable moment in football history, sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Need more data so you can stream your jam mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Scott Graham in our studios. I'll be back at halftime and preview Game 2, a conversation with the Steelers' T.J. Watt. But when we return, Kevin Kugler and Ryan Harris rejoin us from NRG Stadium with the keys to the game. This is Westwood One's coverage of the NFL playoffs.
Most people think child abuse is a bad parent problem.
Actually, the root causes may be different than you think.
Let us explain. Affordable housing for everyone?
That prevents child abuse. And access to health care in every community
prevents child abuse too. High quality, affordable child care,
paid family leave,
school breakfast and lunch programs.
All of this prevents child abuse.
It's all about keeping families out of crisis in the first place.
At least 1 in 7 children in the United States have experienced abuse or neglect in the past year. Prevent Child Abuse America promotes policies, programs, and resources informed by science that help communities, parents, and kids thrive.
Because when we keep families out of crisis,
we prevent child abuse
from ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org to learn more.
That's preventchildabuse.org.
Let's solve child abuse before it ever happens.
Furnished by Prevent Child Abuse America.
Hello, I'm Jose Hernandez, and I have been using a wheelchair since my accident in 1995.
My name is Andrea Dalzell, and I've been using a wheelchair since I was 5 years old.
I guess if I had one message for the general public, it would be that I appreciate your help. But please, ask first.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that I've actually got everything under control.
I think people get nervous. They don't know how to act, so they pretend I'm not there.
What probably bothers me the most is when waiters talk to my companion and not directly to me.
I think everyone with a disability can relate to that parking spot problem.
We know you're just parking in that disabled spot for a second. But please, don't. We're just looking for the same respect and consideration as everyone else.
United Spinal Association is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life of people living with spinal cord injuries and disorders. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
Back in Houston, as we are getting closer to kicking off the playoffs, the Houston Texans are home to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Kevin Kugler alongside Ryan Harris as we get closer to kickoff. It's time for Ryan's Keys to the Game, sponsored by T-Mobile. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice55 and start saving today. Let's start with the visitors from Los Angeles. What do you see from the Chargers in this matchup with Houston?
Number one, they got to run the football. It's fantastic to watch how they use the run to set up the pass in the third and fourth quarter. It's a big piece of this Chargers offense, so they have to run the ball. Next, they got to win third down. They've been one of the best teams in the NFL, 11th in the NFL, about 40% on the season, and It's the playoffs, and Kevin, in the playoffs, third down is where you win the game. And lastly, Derwin James and that secondary has to get some turnovers. It should be a big Derwin James game. I expect the Chargers to give the Texans some troubles in that backfield.
And for the Texans, really the last 2/3 of the season, it was a pretty mediocre football team. 5-6 in those last 2/3 of those games, 11 games. What do they do to get back on track in this new season?
Well, it starts with protecting C.J. Stroud, and it's not just the offensive line. Joe Mixon and Dameon Pierce are going to have to do a good job as well, because the backs will have to hold up in pass pro. Next, they got to get Joe Mixon or Dameon Pierce running the football consistently. No question, with Nico Collins back, you can throw the football if you're C.J. Stroud, but you need to run the football. And lastly, defensively, they got to stop the run to force 3rd and long. You cannot live in 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. That's where the Chargers make their money.
Well, the Chargers are going to try to run you out of this building. They average only 59 plays per game. Very deliberate pace for the Los Angeles Chargers here this afternoon. The opening kickoff between the Houston Texans and the LA Chargers is coming up. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get our fastest connection loaded with benefits. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay and any voice line. Plus, Price Lock. We won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Guarantees regular monthly rate plan price of fixed wireless 5G internet data with qualifying service. After $15 bill credit with postpaid voice line plus $5 a month without auto pay with debit or bank account. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
Taxes was waiting around for your taxes to be done, which led to worrying about not getting any money back. Now Taxes is matching with a TurboTax expert who can do your taxes in a day to get you up to $4,000 fast with a refund advance loan. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Expert filing only available with TurboTax Live Full Service. Refund advance has $0 loan fees and 0% APR. Refund advance loans may be issued by First Century Bank, N.A. or WebBank. Terms apply, subject to approval.
Back in Houston as we get set for Game 1 of the playoffs between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers. Land Clark is on the field with the captains getting ready for the coin toss.
What is your call?
Tails.
You like tails? Tails. The call is tails. And it is heads. Houston's won the toss. Houston has won the toss and elected to defer. Los Angeles will receive. Which way would you like to switch sides, gentlemen? Los Angeles.
All right, so Houston wins the toss. They defer, and that means Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers offense will take the field first. Chargers this year 8-1 against teams at the 500 mark or worse, 3-5 against teams above 500. Texans obviously above 500, but they haven't beaten a team that's in the playoffs in a long, long time. So both of these teams feel like something to prove today as a brand new season begins.
And with both teams in the playoffs, both teams believe they belong here. Now, the one thing that's missed with the Chargers, they have totally changed the way Justin Herbert plays the game. He's at his lowest yards per game of his career, even though they set an NFL record for turnovers with 8 this year. He has had to play a different game, but it's a game that allows him to use his excellence in the pass when they need it. So they've taken a lot of pressure off of Justin Herbert, which changes how he starts games, but he, by all means, loves the way that Jim Harbaugh has coached him in this offense to perform.
Darius Davis is the deep man for the Chargers. Los Angeles will move from our right to our left. They've got the white tops on, the gold pants, the powder blue socks, and the dark blue numerals on front and back of those white jerseys. Texans tonight in the road dark uniforms, tops and bottoms. Even though they're at home, that's kind of their home choice, even with the darker colors.
Well, linemen love it, Kevin. It hides the curves. All those dark colors.
Slimming.
Yes.
Very slimming. We're ready to get this one started. Kaimi Fairbairn will kick this off for Houston. The crowd waving towels here in Houston to encourage the Texans. The playoffs are about to begin on Westwood One. We're thrilled you're with us for the start of what should be an awesome run to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Fairbairn's right foot drives into the football to the goal line, where Darius Davis will bring it from the goal line to the 10, up the left hash to the 15, cuts left to the 20, veers around the 25 and falls forward to the 26-yard line, and that's where Justin Herbert and these Los Angeles Chargers will get things started. He threw more late in the season, 30 pass attempts or more in 7 of the final 8 games. Only 3 in the first 9 games did he reach that number. He's got Rashawn Slater, Zion Johnson, Bradley Bozeman, Jamari Salyer, and Joe Alt from left to right on the offensive line. Will Dissly, the tight end, Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnston, DJ Chark, Scott Matlock will be at the fullback, J.K. Dobbins at the running back spot. 2 receivers plus a tight end left to the line in the pistol formation with McConkey in motion from left to right. From the 27-yard line, the handoff is to Dobbins, who's tripped up as he gets to the hole. Just a 2-yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd and 8 as we set the defense for the Texans. Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson, one of the best pass rushing combos in the National Football League, with Mario Edwards and Folo Fatakasi along the defensive line. Azeez Al-Shire, Henry To'o and Christian Harris, the linebackers. Derek Stingley, all-pro at one corner. Kamari Lassiter, the rookie from Georgia, at the other. Kalen Bullock and Eric Murray are the safeties. 2nd down and 8 at the Charger 29. Single back is Dobbins. Herbert turns, gives to Dobbins. Patient run, cuts back to the right, weaving across the 30 to the 35 and down at the 37-yard line in the arms of Christian Harris. It's an 8-yard gain. Did he get the first down? He did, and they'll move the chains on that 8-yard run from Dobbins.
And the Chargers are just running at Daniil Hunter. They don't believe that he can create an edge, and he hasn't so far. He tried to blow up the guard that was pulling right to left on that last play, but he was still too wide. I think the Chargers, they're hitting on what they saw on film early on here.
They'll line it up at the 37-yard line. Justin Herbert in the shotgun, Dobbins to his left. McConkey will go in motion from left to right. Herbert creeping up towards the line, now backpedals along the left hash. Stomps his right foot awaiting the shotgun snap. It comes in helmet high. Play action fake. Herbert throws over the middle. McConkey with the catch, crossing from right to left at the 47-yard line. He's down there in the arms of Eric Murray. Looks like they're going to give him another first down and a pickup of 10 on the connection with the oft-used rookie who had 82 catches in the regular season.
Well, I believe he's the best slot receiver in the NFL, Kevin. And one of the things he does when I watch the film that's so unique, like a Julian Edelman, like a Wes Welker, he'll actually slow down in the zone when against coverage versus stopping and sitting. So he's always moving and always aware of the defense, and they're getting open at the right time.
Chark to the left of the line, 2 receivers to the right. Herbert in the gun, 1st and 10 at the Charger 47. Herbert will throw, looking left, throws left, finds his tight end in Texans territory. Will Dissly backs his way to the 46-yard line. Tackle made by Azeez Al-Shire after the 7-yard pickup, but a good gain on first down to the tight end, Will Dissly.
And the Chargers run to set up the run, and then some play-action pass. And Will Dissly, a fantastic tight end, even was when he was in Seattle. He's on a perfect team, and there being the right target for Justin Herbert.
Chargers will huddle up, 2nd and 3. They'll come over the football at the 46-yard line with Herbert under center. Dobbins the single back. 2 receivers to either side. Now motion from right to left. Coming across from right to left. The handoff to Dobbins, who goes up the middle, breaks contact on that first contact, and is down to the 38-yard line in the arms of To'o. Another 8-yard gain and another deliberate offensive attack for the Chargers, paying some dividends early.
And a trap play from the 90s. How about that? The tackle and center going through the line of scrimmage, and Joe Alt, the right tackle, getting up on that second level. Excellent play design. If you're the Texans defense right now, you have got to stop the bleeding. This is about as bad of a start defensively as you could think of.
Single receivers left and right. Double tight ends. Motion from Matlock from left to right. Play action. Herbert surveying the situation. Flush left, now throws on the run, and it's caught. Plucked out of the air by Tucker Fisk, the tight end, running down the near sideline. Pulled it in at the 23. Al-Shire with the tackle after a 15-yard gain, and Azeez Al-Shire hurt himself making the tackle on Tucker Fisk. He stood up and then goes down again as the athletic training staff comes out to tend to the talented Texans linebacker holding his right groin area.
Al-Shire is absolutely in tight coverage against Tucker Fisk, who made a fantastic outstretched two-handed catch. Talking to coaches before the game for the Chargers, they said that Tucker Fisk is going to play a big role today. I said, really? Tucker? But apparently so, and he's done it already.
Alshire being tended to will step aside. 11:22 to play in quarter number 1. No score, but the Chargers on the move. This is Westwood One's coverage of the NFL playoffs.
The forgotten poor are suffering and in need of healing. They wait for a ship unlike any other. Mercy Ships, the largest floating civilian hospital in the world, with volunteer medical staff and crew who donate their time to save lives. Heroes of mercy, like these.
Every human being has the right to be treated as human, to have a place at the table of the human race.
If you could just see the look in that patient's eyes or the smiles that you get when lives have been changed, then it would make it all worth it.
We bring hope and healing to one person, but that person belongs to a family, and that family belongs to a community.
Together, these heroes of mercy and friends like you bring hope and healing to those who desperately need it.
Thank you! Thank you!
To learn more about Heroes of Mercy, go to mercyships.org today.
After my father was...
A new era of the college football playoff is here, and you can hear every play, every touchdown, and every unbelievable moment on SiriusXM College Sports Radio.
Caught on a spinning move in the end zone.
With exclusive pregame analysis and in-depth postgame breakdowns, we're your ultimate destination for playoff action all month long.
At the 10, at the 5, into the end zone!
Don't miss a second of the college football playoff right here on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, channel 84 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Are you ready to thrive in 2025? Kickstart your personal upgrade on the SiriusXM app with our collection of top self-improvement podcasts.
The Mel Robbins Podcast.
The Ramsey Show.
Ask Eliza anything.
Soundtracks for meditation.
Learn and grow on a daily basis.
Genre-spanning workout channels and more.
Soul Cycle Radio.
I work out. Just search 2025 on the SiriusXM app.
Not in the blue medical tent, usually a good sign if you're looking for a player to come back. Meanwhile, the Chargers are on the move. First play of their drive went for 2 yards. All 5 plays since have gained at least 7 yards. How effective is this drive? First downs on 4 of the last 5 snaps. And they line up with a first down and 10 inside the Houston 25 at the 23. From the pistol formation, Justin Herbert sends Dobbins in motion to his left. Herbert to throw. Has time. Over the middle. Too tall for McConkey at the 3-yard line. He was well covered, had Texans in front and in back. And the first errant play of the drive for the Chargers.
And almost an interception for Kalen Bullock as he was playing safety over the top. And anytime you throw and get an incompletion like that after running the ball so well like the Chargers are, the linemen look to the sidelines like, what are we doing? Just keep running the ball. But the Chargers are using different cadences, different formations. They've been under center, in the pistol, in the gun. They're doing it all here on the first drive.
Second down and 10 at the 23 of Houston. Single back is Dobbins. Herbert under center this time. 2 receivers left. Tight end Disley in motion to the right-hand side of the line. Herbert turns, play action, looking left, throws it back right side at the tight end screen. Disley with a catch, goes across the 15-yard line and is hit hard. Alshire back in the game, and he makes the tackle at the 14 along with Henry To'o. A pickup of 9 on the play, and a 3rd down and 1 coming up for the Chargers.
Strange to say on a first drive, but could be a 4-down territory as well if they don't get it here. But I like that the Texans finally got to 3rd down here, Kevin, and that's the first time all drive.
Chargers bring in wholesale substitutions, and now the Texans will bring on late substitutions. This is good by the Texans. Smart, because you have to let them sub. Clock runs down.
Slow it down.
Now 5 on the play clock. I formation on 3rd down and 1. The give is to Dobbins, trying to find room on the right side, and Dobbins is going to lose yardage. Tackled by Folorunso Fatakasi, who wrapped him up from behind and tossed him to the turf. And a loss on the play of 1, and the field goal unit coming on for the Chargers.
Fatakasi just jumped on the snap, just guessed that it was on 1. A fantastic play and excellent time to choose to take the risk. And for the Texans, as bad as that was defensively, you feel like you got a win here holding it to 3 points.
On comes Cameron Dicker. He's never missed inside 40 yards. This is from 35 on the right hash. Good snap and hold, and Dicker's kick curling and good inside the right upright. And a 3-0 lead for the Los Angeles Chargers. An opening drive that marched down but stalled on 3rd and 1 and ends up with 3. And a reminder that for every field goal made today and throughout the postseason, Barbasol will make a donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's #1 shaving cream. Close Shave America. Close Shave Barbasol. 3-0 advantage for the Chargers. 9:37 to play in quarter number 1. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over...
Hey, football fans. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight for the NFL playoffs, the wild card. Which team are you cheering for? Who do you think is going to make it all the way to the Super Bowl? Thank you so much for chatting it up and cheering on your favorite team. Let us know that you're having a good time here by hitting that thumbs up button. Hit that like button down below. Let's get more football fans here in the chat. That is the #1 way to bring more football fans to this amazing community. As well, please share the link. If you guys could please share it out on your favorite social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Let's get this out to more people all over the world so we can make a difference in our community and have some fun while we're doing it. Now let's get back to the football. Good luck to your team.
Professional grade supplies and solutions made for every industry and backed by product experts. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. 3-0 lead for the Chargers, 9:37 remaining in this opening quarter. Pregame, we saw both teams honoring various things. The Chargers came out today in LAFD, Los Angeles Fire Department shirts to honor the firefighters, the brave men and women who are fighting those horrible fires currently raging in the Los Angeles area. And for the Texans, a lot of Tank Dell shirts to pay homage to their young receiver who's out for the second straight year with an injury, just a horrific injury a few weeks ago that robbed that talented young man of the rest of his year.
Well, it's really significant if you're Tank Dell that your whole team came out in warm-ups with that T-shirt. I know he's not playing, but that he is clearly a big part of this team. C.J. Stroud emotional on the field when he got injured. And then really awesome that the Chargers, not only the LAFD on their shirts, but LA Fire Department hats as well, just to remind everybody, as one of the players actually for the Chargers had to be evacuated and evacuate his family. So that is on the top of minds for these players, and they're so happy to get to this game and not think about that for a few hours.
Xavier Hutchinson and Damian Pierce, the deep men for the Houston Texans. They'll move from our left to our right as the kickoff will sail into the end zone over the head of Damian Pierce for the touchback. And out comes C.J. Stroud, 1-5 this year against teams with a winning record. Stroud in his second straight playoffs as a young quarterback behind an offensive line that's really struggled this year. Laramie Tunsil, Titus Howard, Jarrett Patterson, Juice Scruggs, and Blake Fisher from left to right along that line that's allowed 54 sacks, the third most in the National Football League. Dalton Schultz at tight end, John Mechie III, Robert Woods, and Nico Collins, the receivers, and Joe Mick trying to get back on track after averaging just 32 rushing yards per game in his last 4 games this season. He'll move over to the slot left side, emptying the backfield on 1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Shotgun snap to Stroud, throws left side, catch made at the 35, and the ball popped out. It's ripped out of the hands of John Mechie III, and it's recovered by the Chargers. It's a catch, it's a fumble, and it's Los Angeles ball at the Houston 33. Derwin James took it away and ends up with the football.
I'm watching the replay. It does look like Mechie was down. His left knee looks down, but Derwin James, you said it, his right knee actually hit the ball loose. Now, ruled a fumble, so it has to be conclusive, but to me it looks like Mechie was down. I think, and the offense for the Texans is staying out there.
So they're saying Mechie was down, and they're marking it at the 33-yard line. Now, that ball popping out, James pouncing on it. We'll see if Coach Harbaugh challenges this on the far sideline. He is out discussing with the officials right now. He's leaning over, pointing at the turf as if to say he was not down. Derwin James patrolling the sideline saying he was not down, and now the offense is out for the Chargers.
Yeah, I think it must have been out. I can't believe that it was turned over, but Alohi Gilman ripping it out as well. A lot of Notre Dame guys out here, Kev. We got 2 linemen for the Texans.
We won't hold that against them, Ryan
2 players
Harris.
on the Chargers. You want to be in the playoffs, get some Notre Dame guys on your team.
We won't hold that against them at all. First down and 10 for the Chargers. It is a turnover at the 33-yard line of Houston. Pistol formation with Gus Edwards in at running back. First mistake of the game goes for the Texans. Edwards gets the carry, weaves over the right side, inside the 30 and down to the 25-yard line. Henry To'o finishing him off there, but a run of 8 yards on first down. That's what they did on that opening drive. They ran the ball very effectively, then went to the air late and had to settle for the field goal.
Yeah, I think you stick with the run if you're the Chargers until they actually stop it. And offensive coordinators can get in that place. That first drive, they start running through all the runs. They go, okay, let's go to pass. Stay with what works. And right now, the run game's working for the Chargers.
Texans have had one offensive play, a catch and a fumble by Mechie. 2nd and 2 for the Chargers. Full house backfield from the 25-yard line. Herbert gives it to Edwards, breaks initial contact. They had Kamari Lassiter blitzing. He came into the backfield. Edwards stepped through the corner's attempted tackle, and he gets the first down to the 22-yard line.
A common refrain in NFL locker rooms is one man can't tackle you if you're a running back. And there, Gus Edwards powering through it like you talked about, Kevin. But you need your running back to beat one guy. Everything is schemed for 10 players with the running back beating one.
First down and 10 at the 22-yard line. J.K. Dobbins into the ball game now, back at running back. 2 tight ends to the right of the line. Eligible linemen on the left side of the line. They go heavy. Play action. Herbert with pressure coming, and he's sacked. The Texans were ready. Mario Edwards and Will Anderson meeting at the quarterback and sacking Herbert back at the 31, a loss of 9.
That was just a mix-up between Zion Johnson and J.K. Dobbins. Johnson pulled left to right. He picked up a defender, and then he left the down lineman that actually ended up coming to make the play. J.K. Dobbins was confused, so Will Anderson getting a piece of it too. It's miscommunication leading to a bad play there.
2nd and 19 at the 31, and the crowd for the first time today is alive. 3 receivers right, single wide to the left. Shotgun snap on the left hash to Herbert. Pressure coming again. Slips away. Throws over the middle. And it's dropped at the 15-yard line. Will Dissly was running from right to left across the 15. It hit him right between his right and left hand. He dropped the ball.
I think Eric Murray might have gotten either a tip on it or at least broke the concentration of Dissly. But Dissly was looking down as the ball hit his hands. You got to secure the bag before you get out of the bank.
And now 3rd and 19 at the Texans 31. Dissly plus 2 wide receivers to the right. Dobbins joins Johnston to the left. Herbert to throw on 3rd and 19. Strike at the 25-yard line, and down to the 21 goes DJ Chark. Short of the first down as he picks up 10. Miles Bryant on the tackle. And for the 2nd straight possession, the Chargers are forced to settle for a field goal. Really good work by the Texans, Ryan, on that sudden change, having to come out after only 1 offensive play.
And they've got about almost 20 plays under their belt now. They're typically at that point in the late 2nd quarter, so even a little bit winded. The Texans coming up big and really putting pressure on Justin Herbert in the backfield. That's going to be key all night.
39-yard try for Cameron Dicker. Good snap and hold. Dicker's kick, as it always seems to be, inside 40 is good. He's 2 for 2, and a 6-0 lead for Los Angeles. Still 6:35 to play in the opening quarter, and a 6-0 lead for the visitors from LA. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage? You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Mobil.
Cheers, football fans. Thanks so much for hanging out with us on wildcard weekend for the NFL playoffs. We're live every single game, and we love hanging out with all of you, chatting it up, cheering on your favorite team. Thank you so much for being here. Now, please let us know in the chat. It's that time of the show. Let us know where you're watching from in the chat. Let's see how far out from all over the world we have people hanging out with us here, listening to the NFL playoffs and the wild card games. Let us know your city and state in the United States, city and province in Canada, international. Put your flag emojis out there, and let's see how many countries we have here in the chat in this wild platform called YouTube. Thank you again for participating. Now let's get back to the football.
Hitman.
I knew you were going to be fun. On January 24th.
Tell me how to fly this thing.
Mark Wahlberg. You know what the difference between me and you is? You're going to die.
Don't shoot him, we need him! Y'all need a pilot?
Flight Risk. Rated R.
Sponsored by Lionsgate. You and your money are outside again, because new McValue at McDonald's gets you more than you expect. Buy a sausage burrito and add a sausage McMuffin for just $1. Go ahead, money. Get more than you expect with new McValue. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Time now for our fact of the game, sponsored by Liberty Mutual. Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. In last year's wildcard playoff game win, C.J. Stroud recorded the highest passer rating in a postseason debut. It was 157.2. And if he gets a win today, it'd make him just the 6th quarterback all-time to win a postseason game in each of his first 2 seasons, joining Joe Flacco, Brock Purdy, Ben Roethlisberger, Russell Wilson, and my dear friend Mark Sanchez, all winners in their first 2 seasons of playoff games. But he's got some work to do now. C.J. Stroud's squad behind 6-0 with 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first.
The defense for the Texans has really kept this close. And now if you're the Texans offense, you have a chance to go get the lead with a touchdown. C.J. Stroud hasn't had statistically the same year, but he was also without 3 weapons for much of the season. I like what he's been able to do, and most notably, the last game against the Titans, he was in for a little bit just to get connected with Nico Collins again, and it was looking fresh. So I anticipate he's going to be going for Collins coming up next in the pass game.
Dicker's kickoff the first time went through the end zone for a touchback. Dicker again drives his right leg through this one, and that one goes through the uprights, I believe. Doesn't matter. It's still a touchback. There's no extra points added. It's a 6-0 lead. And out to work once more come the Houston Texans. Their second offensive play of the day. This one will be also from the 30-yard line. First offensive play was a catch by Mechie and a fumble recovered by Derwin James. Mechie starts this possession on the bench. Hutchinson in the lineup to the left of the line. Single back is Mixon from the 30-yard line on first down. Stroud turns, gives to Mixon, breaks contact in the backfield and falls forward to pick up 2. Out to the 32, Deion Henley on the tackle. And defense for the Chargers, Morgan Fox, Poona Ford, and Otito Ogbonnia along the defensive line. Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, the edge rushers. Deion Henley, Denzel Perryman, the linebackers. Christian Fulton, Cam Hart, the corners. Alohi Gilman, and Derwin James, the safeties. They'll put the ball in between the 32 and 33-yard line. We'll call it 2nd down and 7 for Houston. Now Mechie in motion toward the slot. The handoff again is to Mixon, who turns it up the middle and is met in the hole by Denzel Perryman. And he is down at the 33-yard line. 3rd and 7 coming up as Perryman closed that hole quickly on Joe Mixon.
Perryman did, and also, I don't know what play that was for the Texans. They had Mechie motion in to block backside against Joey Bosa. That's a bad play. I don't know what the idea was there, but that collapsed the hole even more. So the Texans got to get some better plays going here offensively pretty quick.
You don't like the matchup of 195-pound Mechie against the 280-pound Bosa?
Not 10 out of 10 times. Absolutely not.
3rd and 7 at the 33. Stroud flanked by his tight end and running back in the shotgun on 3rd down and 7. Lining up, gets the shotgun snap. Chargers rush 5. Stroud under pressure, rolling to the right, gets away from Bosa. Stroud throwing on the run, and it is almost intercepted. Deion Henley had it in his hands at the 45-yard line, sliding to the turf. It caromed off his chest. The Texans dodge a major turnover bullet there, and they'll punt it away on 4th and 7.
C.J. Stroud looked to the sky and pointed 2 fingers up because there was nobody where he threw the ball, just a miscommunication between him and Mechie. So he is lucky, as you said, Kevin, that was not intercepted. But the Texans offensively, the first run play, 3 offensive linemen didn't block anybody. So something's wrong with the scheme right now that they got to fix.
Offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick back to the drawing board during this next possession for the defense. 4th and 7. as Tommy Townsend will punt it away. Darius Davis with his heels on the Charger 15-yard line. Townsend sent this one high in the air. Davis looking up, got bumped as he tried to field. Flags are down as the ball bounces into the end zone. Davis went over to look for it, and Chris Boyd just ran into him. Laundry all over the field, and the Chargers, who were going to be pinned deep in their own end, are going to get help from a penalty flag from one of the most penalized teams in the National Football League, the Houston Texans.
Well, and Davis did it in a veteran way. He was staying on the right side of the hash, and then quickly late gave the fair catch, but then moved into where the defenders were for the Texans. So wise veteran play by Darius Davis. Special teams always comes into play in playoff games.
And a long conversation here between these officials.
Fair catch interference, kicking team number 17. A 15-yard penalty, first down, Los Angeles.
And a 15-yard penalty on Chris Boyd, and the Chargers, who already have a 6-0 lead, are going to go back to work on offense after the punt and the penalty. 4 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in this opening quarter, and a 6-0 lead for Los Angeles. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Navy Federal Credit Union can help you dominate debt with a 0% intro APR on credit card balance transfers for 12 months. And right now, you could get $250 when you spend $2,500 using a Cash Rewards or Cash Rewards Plus card. Visit NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. After the intro rate expires, variable APRs are 15.15% to 18% based on credit worthiness. Rates are subject to change. ATM fees for cash advances are up to $1 at non-Navy Federal ATM.
Are you an annoying know-it-all? Answering questions no one asked of you? Do people often ask you, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have knowledgeable sleep experts specifically trained to help match you with the right mattress, so anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Business taxes. But stressing about all the time and all the money you spent on your taxes.
This is my bill?
Now Business Taxes is a TurboTax small business expert who does your taxes for you and offers year-round advice at no additional cost, so you can keep more money in your business. Now this is taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com/business. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service.
Paramount Plus is your streaming home for the NFL playoffs on CBS. It all kicks off with 2 wildcard games as the Chargers visit the Texans today at 4:30 Eastern, and the Bills host the Broncos tomorrow at 1 Eastern. And it's all streaming live on Paramount Plus.
Looking to buy a home? Get expert advice on finding the right home, making an offer, and the latest market trends from realtors. Listen to Real Estate Today at podcast.realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the NFL playoffs in Super Bowl 59. Back in Houston, a 6-0 lead for the Chargers with Super Bowl champion Ryan Harris. I'm Kevin Kugler. After the penalty during the punt, fair catch interference, Chargers start from their own 31-yard line. They've had great success early on the ground against this Texans defense, who at some point is going to start to feel a little fatigued. Now, hold on. The officials are they've counted exactly right. I don't think they have the football. It's like watching the cliffhanger on Price of the Football again. Are they respotting?
Yeah, sometimes those officials can't count, Kev.
Now, before you disparage them, maybe they've counted exactly right. And nope, they have not.
Nope.
They're moving the football. It's like watching the cliffhanger on Price is Right. He was walking forward, and he's gone 4. You were off $4, Ryan, from the price of that air fryer. And now they start at 35.
What's funny is when that happens in the huddles, both teams start yelling at the referees. Whose fault is that? Get him off of here. Get him off the field.
First down and 10 at the 35. Two receivers left, single wide to the right. Gus Edwards, the running back, to the left of Herbert. Motion across from right to left from Darius Davis. Shotgun snap. Herbert will swing it to Davis. Backfield. The flag is down, and out of bounds goes Davis at the 38-yard line. There may have been an ineligible man downfield blocking early on that swing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Will Dissly. Will Dissly and 84 Stone Smart were over there. Dissly's got to wait. If you're in that receiver screen, you have to wait if you're on the line of scrimmage. Sometimes guys will kind of turn back and act like they're the person and then turn and block, but you need some kind of movement for that second and a half before you start blocking.
Ineligible player downfield. Offense number 68. 5-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
Jamari Salyer, who is in for Trey Pipkins III, starting today at right guard, got out a little too quick on that screen.
Apparently he was ready to go eat. Sometimes a lineman's favorite play is a screen. So he got out there. Salyer got out there a little too early.
So moving back to the 30-yard line where it's 1st and 15. 6-0 Los Angeles. 4:35 and counting to play in the first. Single receiver to the right is Davis. Single receiver to the left is Johnston. Now Davis in motion, and the handoff to J.K. Dobbins, trying to find room up the middle, and there is not much there. And doing a little somersault after he makes the tackle is Folorunso Fatukasi, 318-pound man who makes a tackle and celebrates with a somersault.
Well, what the Texans are doing differently than they've shown on film is they are overloading the backside of the play, kind of playing an under defense, and they're not believing in the front side run. They know J.K. Dobbins wants to cut it back, and each time now, these last two drives, Texans defenders have been there.
Hassan Haskins now into the backfield. He'll motion to the slot left side. Three receivers to the right. Shotgun snap coming for Herbert on 2nd and 14. Four-man Texans rush. Herbert with time. Pocket collapsing. Throws up a wild wobbler in midair, and the pass is incomplete for Quentin Johnston. That ball was a high-arcing rainbow. We've got a flag down on the sidelines as well, and the initial indication is it might be against Houston.
Holding. Defense number 55. 5-yard penalty with an automatic first down.
That's Daniil Hunter. Instead of 3rd and 14, it's now 1st and 10 for the Los Angeles Chargers. The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. Certainly unexpected for the Houston Texans to have a penalty on 2nd and 14 and a hold against your rush end.
And Daniil Hunter did not have to do that. He actually just whipped Hassan Haskins to the ground. Wasn't part of the play, so a tough penalty for the Texans.
First down and 10 now at the 36-yard line. Out of the pistol formation, it's Edwards who gets the carry. Burrows forward for a yard, and there's Hunter to make the tackle. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. 3.5 to play in this opening quarter and a 6-0 Chargers lead.
And one thing that happened on that pass that ended up in a penalty, Justin Herbert was looking at his right elbow and kind of moving it around. He got hit while he threw. That's what made it a floater. So hopefully he's healthy, but that may come into effect here as the game goes on.
17th offensive play of the quarter coming up for the Chargers. Houston has had 4 offensive plays.
Woof.
2nd down and 9 at the 37. Out of the pistol again. Herbert barking out the signals, arms outstretched, stomps his right foot, gets the snap, turns, play action fake. Herbert to throw. Checks it short and wide of his intended target, Hassan Haskins, who was crossing from right to left. He tried to lead him too far. The pass incomplete. To'o was in coverage, and now 3rd and 9. Texans desperately need to get a stop here and get the ball back with decent field position.
And strangely, Herbert has just not been accurate as we expect him to be.
5 and he wants. 3rd and 9 at the 37. 3 receivers to the right of the line. Along the left hash, the shotgun snap comes in chest high. Herbert with pressure up the middle. Hit as he throws a wobbler over the middle, and it's batted away from McConkey. Miles Bryant got a right hand in there to knock that wobbler down. The pass rush from Will Anderson almost got to Herbert, but it got there enough, Ryan, to throw off the throw as it hit him in the right arm.
Yep, and he got that elbow hit again, and Justin Herbert grimacing as he goes to the ground. But Will Anderson has been a wrecking ball in the run and pass so far. Got a huge high five from D'Amico Ryans, the head coach, as he came to the sidelines. This Texans defense is playing their tail off.
11 sacks for Will Anderson this year. He and Hunter, a duo that had 10 apiece. And a late rush, and that blocked The punt is blocked. It'll bounce towards the 40-yard line of Houston. Robert Woods will watch it continue to roll. It ends up rolling inside the 30-yard line, but D'Angelo Ross, who came on a late switch up to the line, flying into the backfield to block the punt, which trickles 35 yards. It'll be Houston ball, but it's all the way down to the 28-yard line of Houston.
Fantastic operation by the Texans special teams.
With the score, Chargers 6, Texans nothing. There's a timeout on the field. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold,
and this
the
football
perks of the
season,
high net
Uber
worth
Eats has
are
the
now
best
available
deals on
for
game
any
day
net
food.
worth.
No
The
matter
new
what
Gold
you're
standard-
craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
The Los Angeles Chargers Impact Fund is a nonprofit charity empowering youth, generating access, and creating opportunities in under-resourced neighborhoods so today's dreams can become tomorrow's reality. Through the Impact Fund's Bolt Academy program, Inglewood area high school juniors and seniors are taught critical job skills that they then apply in game day positions with the Chargers. Learn more about Bolt Academy and the Impact Fund's other inspiring initiatives by visiting chargers.com/impact.
Want the latest in Chargers breaking news, exclusive content, scores, up-to-the-minute highlights, press conferences, and more delivered straight to your phone? Download the official Chargers app, your one-stop shop for all things Bolts. In addition to staying in the know with the Chargers app, you can also conveniently manage your tickets and access important know-before-you-go game day information all in one place. Staying connected to your Bolts has never been easier. Download the official Chargers app today and bolt up.
At UCLA Health, discovery and innovation lead to the best care. Our doctors and nurses work tirelessly every day to bring you the best experience so you can live your best life. It's why we're consistently ranked as a top hospital nationwide for 35 consecutive years by U.S. News and World Report. Go to uclahealth.org to schedule an appointment today at one of our over 280 locations right here in Southern California. Once again, that's uclahealth.org.
.0 here early, 2:35 to go in the first. Chargers lead the Texans. They have dominated time of possession, 18 plays to 4, 10.5 minutes to 1:45. And they caught a break there. J.K. Scott had his punt blocked by D'Angelo Ross, but not entirely, and it ends up going for 35 yards to the Texans' 28. So Chargers defense with Thule and Bud Dupree as your edges.
Got to believe they want to get their stud Collins involved here soon.
Well, he is over there one-on-one outside left, and it's a quick run over the middle, and there's the first big play, a first down for the Texans, their first first down. Deion Henley makes the tackle on Schultz. Let's go downstairs to Shannon Farron.
Denzel Perryman not out there at linebacker after the last defensive series. He ran into the locker room with his left arm outstretched. Full sprint, though. They're saying now he's questionable to return with an elbow injury, guys.
All right, thank you, Shannon. As that's the first play. It's gone for any yards for the Texans, and they're right back on it. Play action. Here's middle again. Woods into plus territory. Chargers 45, a gain of 12. You do not want to let C.J. Stroud get into rhythm.
Yeah, and that was Christian Fulton who just got caught peeking with his eyes in the backfield and ended up allowing Robert Woods to cross his face for the completion. Just got a little nosy on the play action.
It's two throws to the middle of the field. And just like that, with the leg of Kaimi Fairbairn, you are not far from his field goal range to put some points on the board. Mixon in the backfield now, Stroud under center. Collins outside the numbers right, Mechie in the slot. Rolling to his right, looking downfield, and outside the outstretched arms of Mechie, Derwin James in coverage, and Thule was applying some pressure, so a 2nd and 10.
Good job by Thule not getting sucked inside. They love the boot, C.J. Stroud. He was able to get outside of Bosa once earlier. This time, a nice job of staying on that high shoulder of the quarterback by Thule.
Yeah, Stroud this season, 699 yards passing outside of the pocket. That is third most in the NFL. So dangerous when he's out there rolling, especially with how leaky the interior of that line has been. And now they'll go empty. Mixon out to the left, trips to the right. And here comes a blitz from Derwin, and down he goes. Joey Bosa with the sack. All the way back at the 50 for a loss of 6.
He just had a feeling Joey Bosa was going to be a little geeked up for this playoff opportunity. At that time, they had the overload coming from the other side. That's where my eyes were drawn. You had Bosa working against Tunsil, their best offensive lineman. He just pops him, separates, and makes the sack.
Second postseason sack for Bosa. Could not have come at a better time. And now we got a 3rd and 15. This team has got the second most 3rd and 9+ in the league, 91 times in the regular season. They go empty as Ogunbowale goes wide right, and it's a quick throw over the middle to Schultz, just trying to get into field goal territory, but he is gang tackled, beginning with Henley and Derwin for a gain of 8.
This might be 4 down.
I think you're right. It looks like they are going 4 downs. They got half of it. So now a 4th and 6. I'm going to call it 4th and 7 where they're putting it. And like you said, DJ, they're going for it.
Yeah, they got that ball out quick as if they had made the decision. Just get half of it here and try and get the rest on 4th down. Do not jump.
Yeah, they don't have to hike it. Only 6 on the play clock, 10 on, I should say, the game clock, and we're at zeros. So end of the first quarter, and the Chargers so far pitching a shutout. Texans will have a 4th and 6 when we return on the LA Chargers, up 6-0 on the Texans Football Network.
Don't miss MLB Network Radio's tour of spring training beginning in late February. When the football season blows its final whistle, it's baseball's time to shine. Tune in as we visit with all 30 teams on site across Arizona and Florida. Hear from the star players, managers, and front office executives. MLB Network Radio's tour of spring training begins in late February on SiriusXM 89 and the SiriusXM app.
It's soccer's most thrilling league.
Only the Premier League can make you feel like this.
And now every match is on the SiriusXM app.
Can you believe it?
From the title race.
This is remarkable. Keeps this title charge on track, surely.
To the relegation fight.
The impossible may still be possible.
Hear every English Premier League match on the SiriusXM app and talk about all the EPL drama on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
Dr. Radio! From health and healing to breakthroughs in the lab, a world of expertise with understandable vocab. Doctors on the air with answers and care. Just a phone call away. They're always prepared. From the heart to the brain, every ache and pain, Dr. Radio's the name that's gonna keep you sane. Where science meets life, it's the perfect blend. From sunrise to night, the knowledge doesn't end.
Hey, Deborah, how are you doing? I'm doing better now.
Dr. Radio! Your health's best friend. SiriusXM Channel 110.
Wildcard weekend continues when the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wilson back, throwing to the right, has a man wide open. It's Freiermuth, and he's in for the score.
Battle the Baltimore Ravens.
Lamar firing back of the end zone. Touchdown Ravens! Rashad Bateman.
Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, catch the national broadcast on NFL Radio Channel 88. The Steelers call on Sirius 82 XM 226. The Ravens call on Sirius 83 XM 227. In the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Los Angeles fans, hear what Coach Harbaugh and the players have to say after each game on the Chargers channel. 8:17 on the SiriusXM app.
6-0 here at the start of the second quarter. Chargers lead the Texans. So looks like 4-down territory. But that is not what we're going to see. Instead, Tommy Townsend coming out to punt this one away. And it kind of matches up well for the Texans. They converted 61% of their 4th downs this season. Chargers allowed a 62% conversion rate on 4th down.
That's a lot of meat on that bone. And I think the way this game is going, they'd like to pin them deep. And
especially after that last series. So Darius Davis inside his own 10. Townsend 14 on the play clock, and I don't know if they want to just take the delay of game here, but there's still 10.
Seeing if they get them to jump is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it's 4th and 6.
That would be a go for it 4th down if they could get them to jump. The Chargers aren't biting.
And instead, we got the flag for the delay of game. He'll take the 5 yards, give Townsend a little bit more room to punt.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still fourth down.
Yeah, not walking anything off, so I'm guessing Harbaugh's declined it. No, he'll accept the penalty.
I know you always make the case. Just give me the yards. Something happens. I don't know what happens. I don't want you to jump off sides. Now they have an makeable fourth down. Take those 5 yards and walk them back.
Entirely. And they did, in fact, take it. So Townsend now back at his own 40. Darius still at the 10.
Don't do what these college teams have been doing and field this thing inside the 5-yard line either.
Kicking right to left here. Townsend gets it away. And it is fair catch signaled for at the 7. Not inside the 5, DJ. At the 7.
Right. That was a gray area.
Chargers Impact Fund is a nonprofit charity committed to empowering youth, generating access, and creating opportunity. To learn how you can help make a difference, visit chargers.com/impact. 38-yard punt for Townsend with no return. First playoff appearance here for the Bolts since 2022. Their last playoff win, January 6th, 2019, that wild card round against Baltimore, knocked off the Ravens 23-17 on the road. And since 2000, they are 5-8 in the playoffs, 3-5 on the road with wins in Indianapolis, Cincinnati, and the aforementioned Baltimore.
You need a drive starter here. Get this first down. Find that rhythm you had on that opening drive where they were mixing it up quite nicely.
Yeah, 71 net yards, 6 points. And yet to convert a third down. 0 for 3. The Texans 0 for 2 on third down. Q goes outside the numbers left as the Chargers now operating left to right. Dobbins in the backfield from the 7. Right hash, Herbert under center. To throw, middle of the field. McConkey's got it out to the 20. That's patented Ladd McConkey slide after the reception for 12. Stingley in coverage. And there's your first down, DJ. Nice drive starter.
Yeah, a little skinny post, Stingley in off coverage. Really in pretty good spot. But you can't defend a perfect throw from Justin Herbert.
Well, he loves throwing to Ladd. Herbert's quarterback rating 123 when he targets McConkey this season. So 1st and 10 now, breathing room from their own 20. Dobbins in the backfield. Strength of the line is to the right with Matlock and Disley. Now Matlock going to make it I formation. Again, play action. Herbert, middle of the field again. McConkey wide open, and he's all the way out to the 35-yard line for a gain of 15. Bullock and Murray combined for the tackle, and now Ladd with 3 receptions, 37 yards.
It's what we talked about. When you run the ball, play action, that second level gets sucked up so close to the line of scrimmage. There's those windows right behind them.
So at the very least, Chargers able to get some breathing room here to start this drive, leading 6-0. They won the toss, started and drove down the field, couldn't convert a 3rd and inches, settled for a field goal. Pistol formation right now, left hash. And there's a handoff to Dobbins, and Dobbins past the 40, up to the 41-yard line for a gain of 6. Toa with the tackle.
Isn't it interesting, Money? It just all works together. Now you hit that, and now those linebackers, all of a sudden, they're not crashing downhill quite as fast anymore, and you get a little bit of a runway there for J.K.
Complimentary football. And tight ends out there as they break huddle. It's Quinton on the numbers all alone left. Covered by Lassiter, the rookie out of Georgia. Bunch formation to the right. Herbert pulls it out, has to get rid of it immediately. Incomplete, intended for McConkey, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Can they convert a 3rd and 4? Will Anderson was in the backfield before Herbert could even get his head around.
They have a talented collection of edge guys. We'll see if they do what they've done on these other 3rd downs, which is take those edge rushers and Hunter and Will Anderson, and they're running stunts to get them on the interior and get them away from these talented tackles the Chargers have.
Again, Chargers have not converted a 3rd down yet. 0 for 3. They go empty here. And now J.K. will return to the backfield to the left of Herbert. We got 6 on the line of scrimmage, and they rush 5. Herbert got to get rid of it. And Q with a catch. Does he survive the ground? No, he does not. Broken up by Lassiter.
I think he was short of the 1st down, even if he caught it. I think he might have landed on the ball, too.
Nice. On one knee right now. And Q was dealing with an injury all week. So out comes the punting unit, but again, able to get out from the 7-yard line and give J.K. Scott some room, especially considering his last punt was blocked.
Yeah, that ball should have been caught, but he's going to be 2 yards short of the first down.
Lassiter, the rookie out of Georgia, second-round pick, poked it away. Had a rough 40 time at his pro day. That's why he slid, but man, he has been fantastic this year.
Player.
Woods to receive at the 12. J.K. It's his leg into this one. It is a sky-high punt. Fair catch signaled for at the 12-yard line. And there you go. That's what we're used to seeing from J.K. as they pin him deep on a 47-yard punt with no return. Chargers 6, Texans 0. 12:38 to go on the second quarter, I should say, on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Catch the best basketball coverage on SiriusXM NBA Radio Channel 86.
Jaylen Brown drives, bounce pass to the corner. Tatum drives baseline, strong two-hand grab.
Every day we bring you the latest headlines, expert analysis, and exclusive interviews with the players, coaches, and legends of the game.
We're now joined by best Laker of all time. It's Magic Johnson.
Nick Nurse, head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, joins us.
Plus, catch live play-by-play action you won't hear anywhere else. Tune in on NBA Radio Channel 86 or the SiriusXM app.
This is Dave LaGreca from SiriusXM's Busted Open, and I love pro wrestling. And so do you. And that's why I'm bringing it to you every day on the Busted Open.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one that's hanging out with us, listening to the NFL playoffs. It's wildcard weekend, and I am thrilled that you are here and I finally got your attention. How come you haven't hit that subscribe button yet? We are so close to 75,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live, because we hang out with people from all over the world every single NFL playoff game from now to the Super Bowl. Now let's get back to the football. Thank you for turning on that bell and hitting the subscribe button. We'll see you back in the chat.
And at home with SiriusXM on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices. Holla.
Hear PGA Tour Radio's new lineup this Monday. Tee off with the starter at 7 a.m. Eastern, followed by 5 clubs with Gary Williams at 8 a.m. Fix your game on a new breed of golf from 9 a.m. to noon. Colt Knost and Drew Stoltz are on Gravy on the Sleeves from 12 to 2 p.m. Inside the Ropes with Carl and Dennis Paulson from 2 to 5 p.m. Then, it's 2 hours of K-Trick and McGinnis on tap, followed by Rocco Mediate on the Rocco Hour from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. PGA Tour Radio, Channel 92 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Los Angeles fans, hear what Coach Harbaugh and the players have to say after each game on the Chargers channel. 8:17 on the SiriusXM app.
Well, slow start for the Bolts, but a slower start for the Texans has the Chargers up 6-0 here in Houston. 12:38 to go in the first half. Texans ball with a series now that will start at their own 12, right hash, and they're all Navies. Thule and Khalil are your edges. Junior Colson, Dayon, your linebackers. And Derwin playing up high with Alohi Gilman to get this thing started. Nico Collins in the slot left. Mixon in the backfield. Stroud to Mixon. And Mixon hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll push forward for 2.5. Just shy of the 15-yard line. Bring up a 2nd and 7. Colson there to make the tackle.
This feels like a big series in the game. The Houston Texans haven't got anything going offensively. If you can get a stop here, you've successfully played the field position game. You're in a great spot to go get some points.
Thule jogs off. Joey comes on to join Khalil Mack. Joey with a sack earlier in this game. And now Derwin back on the line of scrimmage to the right of Mack. Nico Collins, always dangerous, outside the numbers right, opposite Christian Fulton, giving him a pretty healthy bumper. And now to throw. Stroud, pocket collapsing. He wants Collins downfield and outside the reach of Fulton, who had a better shot at it than Collins did. Felt like CJ just kind of let that thing fly, not really figuring out where it was going to land, hoping his guy could get under it.
Yeah, it was a predetermined decision. I mean, Fulton maintained 5 yards on top of Collins, and CJ's trying to hit a deep ball over the top. There's absolutely no chance he's going to hit that, and we've got a 3rd and long for this Charger pass rush right now.
Well, we mentioned Chargers 0 of 4 on 3rd down, Texans 0 of 2. Ogunbowale in the backfield. Next to Stroud in the shotgun. Stroud to throw. They rush 5. Stroud all day lets it fly downfield and caught. Is it intercepted? Yes, it is. How about that? Dean Leonard caught it like it was a pop-up in Little League Baseball.
Did he get his second foot down? You're darn right he did.
Sure did, and he kept that heel off the line, DJ.
What an interception. What an athletic play and an aware play by Dean Leonard on a ball that was just chucked straight up in the air to no one.
So we'll come back with the Chargers. Can they cash in their second turnover of the day for points, leading the Texans 6-0. 11:39 to go in the half on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Covered, the path to wellness starts with health plans you can afford. Our HMO plans are designed to meet your unique health goals, offering prescription and vaccine coverage, mental health and wellness support, and no-cost annual wellness exams and preventive services. We even help you see if you qualify for financial assistance. Become a member of LA's most affordable health plan. Get a free instant quote at lacarecovered.org or call 855-448-2752. LA Care Covered. The path to wellness starts here.
At UCLA Health, discovery and innovation lead to the best care. Our doctors and nurses work tirelessly every day to bring you the best experience so you can live your best life. It's why we're consistently ranked as a top hospital nationwide for 35 consecutive years by U.S. News and World Report. Go to uclahealth.org to schedule an appointment today at one of our over 280 locations right here in Southern California. Once again, that's uclahealth.org.
Sometimes your phone breaks.
Ugh. Dude. What the? Oh, seriously?
Hey, life happens. But at Verizon, we got you. Trade in any phone from our top brands in any condition and get a great deal on iPhone 15 with an unlimited Ultimate plan. And turn...
No!
Into... Oh, yeah! Only on Verizon.
Looking for the perfect present this holiday season? Give the gift of Chargers season tickets. That's right, 2025 Los Angeles Chargers season tickets are on sale now. Lock in the best seats at the lowest prices and be part of the electric atmosphere inside SoFi Stadium for year 2 of the Jim Harbaugh era. Every tailgate, every hit, every high five, every performance, and every memory. There's nothing quite like Chargers game day. Find out what everyone's been talking about. Visit chargers.com/tickets today.
So a great time for Dean Leonard to get his first career interception here in a playoff game. 6-0 Chargers. Second turnover of the game. The 13th interception thrown by Stroud this season. And the Chargers have it at the Texans 40. Leading 6-0. Dobbins in the backfield. Herbert under center. Offset eye. Herbert, bootleg right. Looking downfield. Takes a shot for Q. And that pass is... intercepted by Kamari Lassiter, an absolute disaster of a play. You're 5 yards from field goal range. You take a shot downfield against one of the best secondaries at turning the ball over, and Lassiter jumps the route for the pick.
Yeah, you're trying to just get a trick 'em home run ball on a kind of one of those banana routes where he's going one way and wheel out the other, out the back door. It was not there, and Lassiter turned, found the football, and went and got it. That's not there. You just got to throw it away.
That is not Justin Herbert football in 2024. He has been so good at taking care of the football. He was bracketed. Bullock was there. Lassiter was there. And one interception leads to another. You really had an opportunity to put your foot on the Texans' throat, and now this crowd is alive after having very little to cheer for.
And Q's not a 50-50 ball pass catcher.
So Stroud in the shotgun, Mixon to his left. Stroud to throw, and there's a quick hitter, and now Nico Collins is involved all the way out to the 23-yard line for a gain of 13. Gilman with the tackle.
That's been their pass game so far. It's just been slants. The Chargers have given up some cushion and had some outside leverage and have conceded that slant 3 times already.
Lassiter with his 4th interception of his rookie campaign. And how about this? The rookie, first in the NFL, 46% opponent completion percentage when targeted. So Stroud trying to get this offense going. There has been nothing to write home about thus far. Looking left, throwing left. There's Mechie wide open, but knocked out. That was incomplete. Just great timing there to pop that one incomplete. And it'll be a 2nd and 10. Mechie had the fumble earlier that led to a field goal. And that was Alohi, who forced the fumble the last time.
If you're Puna Ford or Tito or Morgan Fox, you got to start getting a beat on this with these quick slants. The ball's coming out. You get your hands up in the air. See if you can't deflect, pop one of these balls up in the air.
Joey and Khalil, your edges. Tito and Puna, interior. Again, Stroud to throw. Here comes the stun, hit, and drop. Khalil Mack. Joey Bosa with a meeting at Stroud for a loss of 10. 2nd time he's been sacked today.
They do not pick up games. We said it at the top. That was a little twist stunt with Khalil Mack coming underneath, and they don't pick it up. Howard just lets him run right through C.J. Stroud without any interference.
And for Khalil, it's his 2nd postseason sack, and now we got ourselves a 3rd and 18. No team in this contest has converted a 3rd down. 0 for 4 Chargers, 0 for 3 Texans. They go empty from the right hash. They rush 4. Stroud has time. Middle of the field underneath. Caught, but Derwin there to wrap Mechie up and drop him shy of the 25, and out comes the punting unit.
Great job by the defense.
Absolutely.
Getting right back off the field.
You lose field position, but you don't let them get any momentum. As you hear the Boo Birds out, following the interception by Lassiter.
Well, they blocked a punt a little earlier. How about the Chargers return one here? Darius Davis a little bit of a runway and see what he can do.
Davis this season has a long of 53 on a punt return. And this is a sky-high punt. Fair catch. At the 25, 49-yard punt, no return, but some breathing room for Herbert. See if he can rebound from that interception, just his 4th this season. Chargers on top, 6-0 here, 9:28 to go in the half on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
It's the new year, and you're looking to get a new car. Then head over to the Easy Choice sales event at your Toyota dealer, where it's easy to choose a great lease or a low APR on Toyota's most popular models, like the all-hybrid Camry, fuel-efficient Prius, legendary Corolla, rugged Tacoma, or versatile RAV4. A new Toyota for the new year is waiting for you at the Easy Choice sales event. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Chargers and the NFL. Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Chargers tickets. And even if your plans get turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Chargers.
Want the latest in Chargers breaking news, exclusive content, scores, up-to-the-minute highlights, press conferences, and more delivered straight to your phone? Download the official Chargers app, your one-stop shop for all things Bolts. In addition to staying in the know with the Chargers app, you can also conveniently manage your tickets and access important know-before-you-go game day information all in one place. Staying connected to your Bolts has never been easier. Download the official Chargers app today and bolt up.
So 6-0 here, Bolts. 9:20 to go in the half. This game has been ground to a halt. Chargers moved the heck out of the ball on that first drive. 10 plays, 57 yards, couldn't convert a third and inches, and settled for a field goal. The last 4 drives, I should say. 16 plays, 47 yards, and an interception. They had to rediscover their mojo. As Chark, McConkey, and Quentin are your receivers. And they break huddle, moving left to right from the right hash, with Dobbins in pistol formation behind Herbert. Matlock, the fullback, just outside Slater. Chark in motion left to right. Handoff to Dobbins. Dobbins, 1 yard to the 26-yard line before he's tackled by Daniil Hunter. It'll be a 2nd and 9, under 9 minutes to go in the half.
I like to see the Chargers try and throw the ball to the backs a little bit here. See if they can get out in some space. There just hasn't been a lot of room so far. They've hit McConkey on a couple of these in cuts on early downs. But I like to see them get the backs going a little bit in the passing game.
Well, if they get the back going, it's going to be Haskins. Had that big reception against Denver for 34 and a touchdown. Darius Davis now that orbit motion. Herbert throws it out into the flat, has one man to miss, and he gets absolutely lit up by Lassiter, who's having a heck of a game. That is a loss of 3, and now it'll be 3rd and 12.
Yeah, he's playing with his hair on fire right now. This secondary's played really well. There was no hesitation. He let Q just run right by him and closed on Darius. Outside in leverage where he had some help, and it's a tackle for loss. And you got to avoid negative plays here. 3rd and long.
They lead 6-0, 8 minutes left in the half. 0 for 4 on 3rd down. From the left hash, McConkey in motion. Herbert to throw. They rush 4. Has time. And now throws middle of the field. McConkey has it. Makes a man miss. Ladd McConkey to the races. Past the 40 to the 42-yard line for a gain of 19. I would call him old reliable, but he's young reliable.
And great pocket by that offensive line, given this time to develop. There's a trio of defenders. McConkey just curls right around him, and because he works back to the ball, he's able to get away from him after the catch. Again, that's just instincts and feel for such a young player. It's incredible.
And that ball was 3-4 yards short of the sticks. So now from the 42, McConkey in motion left to right, makes it bunch formation. Dobbins takes the handoff. Dobbins hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage out to the 44-yard line before Barnett makes the stop. A gain of 2. It'll be a 2nd and 8. But stick with this run.
It's going to pop eventually. We've talked to Coach Harbaugh about it before. It's those body blows. Eventually it's going to pay off, and you're going to be able to crease them. In the meantime, you're able to influence those linebackers, and you're getting some pass game behind that group of linebackers.
That's the first 3rd down converted for either team, and it came with less than 8 minutes left in the half. So a 2nd and 8. Dobbins stays in the backfield. Herbert in the shotgun. Dobbins to his right from the left hash. 4 on the line of scrimmage for the Texans. And Herbert has time. Shuffles to his right, throws, and that pass is incomplete for McConkey. Working through his back was Stingley. And the All-Pro might have got there a little early, but that ain't getting flagged when it's Stingley.
No, it was a great play, though, on his part. He's able to get that arm around him. I mean, that's just a great play.
That's your first-team All-Pro. So here we go. Can they do it again? 3rd and 8 from their own 44. They need to get to the Texans' 48.
I bet you they see some type of blitz here. They didn't get any pressure on the last 3rd and long.
Well, you got Al-Shaair right there on the line of scrimmage. 6 on the line of scrimmage right now for the Texans. And they bring 5. Herbert hit and throws short of Dobbins. Incomplete. He was under pressure and had to get rid of it. Able to avoid the sack, but out comes J.K. Scott to punt away. And you know what, DJ? You're starting to get the feel that the Texans got to feel pretty darn good about this.
Yeah.
As bad as their offense has been playing, their defense is keeping them in this game.
Yeah, you got some pressure. I think that was Hunter working against Joe Alt, got around him, and then you got some interior push working against Bozeman.
Woods standing inside his own 10. Scott will kick it away. Left to right. And this is a high spiraling kick. Woods going to let it bounce, and it takes a Charger bounce. Can they get there? Yes, they can. They will stop it at the 1. What a beautiful kick by J.K. What a great stop by Dean Leonard. And it'll be Texans ball at their own 1-yard line, 55-yard punt, no return. Chargers lead 6-0, 6:15 to go on the half on the LA Chargers Football Network.
For non-stop NFL talk, there's only one station for you, and that's SiriusXM NFL Radio.
As much love as Detroit gets, I'm not sure they're getting enough. This could go down as one of the greatest offenses of all time.
Patrick Mahomes, quarterback that is concerned about not only winning football games, but his legacy. Winning as many Super Bowls as Tom Brady. That's what drives this kid to come to the facility every day and work hard.
The road to Super Bowl 59 is on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
This week on Let's Go with Bill Belichick, Max Crosby, Peter King, and me, Jim Gray. Coach, what are your thoughts on Mayo being let go?
It's no surprise. There's so many coaches now that are released after a year and a half. You need that shared vision between ownership and coaching and scouting, and that's when you can be successful. And I had that up until about the last 4 years in New England. And when you have that shared vision, you have a chance and you can get a lot done.
Listen to the extended version of Let's Go, now available exclusively on the all-new SiriusXM app.
It's Carrie's country. You're just living in it.
You can tell Carrie's in her element. These are her people. This is what she loves to do.
Carrie Underwood's own channel, featuring live performances, brand new music, and never-before-heard stories from the idol-turned-country icon.
You want to hear a variety. You don't want to hear the same songs. You want new things for your ear to gravitate toward.
Travel to Carrie's country anytime. SiriusXM Channel 60.
Wildcard weekend continues when the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wilson back, throwing to the right, has a man wide open. It's Freiermuth, and he's in for the score.
Battle the Baltimore Ravens.
Lamar firing back of the end zone. Touchdown Ravens. Rashad Bateman.
Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Catch the national broadcast on NFL Radio Channel 88. The Steelers call on Sirius 82 XM 226. The Ravens call on Sirius 83 XM 227. In the car and on the Sirius XM app.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
6-0 here, first half, 6:15 to go, and a heck of a punt by J.K. Scott has the Texans backed up all the way to their 1-yard line. They have not scored. They have not converted a third down. They have just 3 first downs on 16 plays for 59 yards to go with 2 turnovers, an interception and a fumble lost. If you want the latest in Chargers breaking news, exclusive content, scores, highlights, and more, download the official Chargers app today. All things Bolts right at your fingertips. Stroud under center. Mixon 7 yards deep in the end zone. Handoff to Mixon, and he breaks a tackle and pushes the pile forward, still moving. And there's that strength of Mixon all the way out to the 7-yard line for a gain of 6 to give his quarterback a little bit of breathing room.
Chargers got a little penetration, and Mixon just ran right through it. That was a physical, hard, tough run. Thule got caught a little bit upfield, and Dayon just missed a low tackle.
2nd and 3. Chargers 6, Texans 0 in this first game of the 2024 season playoffs. Again, it's Mixon in the backfield. Stroud under center. And it's a play action. Here comes Tart. And trying to spin out. And there is nobody there. There is nobody there.
Close.
It's not even close. There is no one where Stroud threw that ball. And here come the officials to talk about it.
The quarterback was outside the pocket and the pass crossed the line of scrimmage.
So they're saying outside the pocket. And
that was close.
Tier Tart came flying through that line to apply pressure. And we're looking at the replay now.
There's no way he's out of the pocket.
He's absolutely not out of the pocket. That is a terrible call. It's not even close. He took 2 steps before he let it go. So here we go, 3rd and 3. Chargers, can they rebound here with Bosa on the field? Stroud to throw. Quick out. Caught. Nico Collins breaks a tackle. No, he doesn't. Nice job by Christian Fulton to wrap him up. But they pick up the first down to the 13, and that is a bad call by the officiating crew. That should have been a safety.
And they've hit the slant several times, so this time they run the quick out route with Nico Collins. And that was hard fought to get that first down. The Chargers haven't given up anything easy.
We're coming up on that middle 8 as the Texans won the toss, deferred. They are all the way back at their 13-yard line. And, man, if they get some points out of this, you want to talk about going into the locker room with momentum. 6 on the line of scrimmage for the Bolts. Deion Henley's getting Snoopy in there. And he's coming. Handoff. And Joey Bosa there to slow down Mixon. He breaks that tackle, gets past the 15 to the 16-yard line for a gain of 3. Mack makes the tackle.
That's a 6-yard difference. Bosa would have had him at the 10-yard line. You've got to stay on your feet. He is a very strong back. He's 230 pounds, and you can't just fall to the ground and hold on. He'll pull right through that tackle.
Texans are taking their time, and now Dameon Pierce, who going into last week's game against Tennessee had 117 rushing yards. He gets out of that game with 19 carries for 176. Here's Stroud to throw. Quick out. Nobody covering Mechie. Left sideline as he steps out of bounds.
That was a friendly spot, too. They're going to give him a first down.
That is just their fifth first down today. Chargers only have 9. This has been an absolute street fight of a football game early with the defense dominating. Still at their own 23. Clock running, 3:45 and counting. They still have all 3 timeouts. Break huddle. Pierce in the backfield. Stroud in the shotgun to throw. They rush 4. Here comes Tart. Stroud trying to escape and hit as he throws short of Robert Woods, and Alohi was there trying to make a break on the ball. It'll be 2nd and 10, but Tart, man, he has been a force here on this drive.
I've noticed when they are able to get their hands on these receivers and just take away that now throw. C.J. Stroud wants to throw that ball right away, and when they get their hands and disrupt that rhythm, Stroud is completely flustered and uncomfortable holding on to the football.
That was Puna Ford who put a lick on him as well right when he let it go.
He wanted to throw that to Mechie, and it was covered up, and then he went in panic mode.
Mechie is out to the right with Hutchison. And here's Stroud to throw again. Pressure up the middle. Flag comes in from behind. That pass is caught by Hutchinson. But we'll see what the flag is. It's in the area of offensive holding.
Tart got tackled.
Land Clark, our referee.
That's number 71. Half the distance to the goal.
It's a huge penalty.
Yes, it is. So that's Titus Howard. And you mentioned Tart. We talked about it. He is so disruptive. And absolutely, Titus got beat. He lifted that leg. And now this is all the way back at the 11, and we got a 2nd and 21. 3:14 to go. Clock is running. Chargers up 6-0. Stroud under center. Mixon in the backfield. Stroud to throw. Looking left. Now looking middle of the field. Looks right. Throws underneath. And there to make the stop on Stover is Derwin James. He holds him up long enough for Troy Dye to come clean it up, and we got ourselves a 3rd and 16.
This could be a 3-point play right here. You get a stop and force the punt. You've got a chance, a great chance with a kicker like Cameron Dicker to go down and get 3 points before the half. This is a huge play.
The first down is at the 33. The ball is at the 17. Right hash, they break huddle. Ogunbowale in the backfield with Stroud shotgun. Trips to the left. Dalton Schultz to the right. Thule and Bosa are your rushers. Ball over the head of Stroud. He scoops it up. Thule in pursuit. And downfield, wide open is Hutchinson. Absolutely wide open to the 50-yard line. A disaster of a play for the Chargers. 33 yards. The ball went over Stroud's head. He breaks contain. And that's what he does, DJ.
Yeah, you look at it. Khalil Mack took an inside rush. So you let him get outside on the broken play, and I think the fact the ball was on the ground, the Chargers just lost sight of Hutchinson.
What a mess. All the way out to the Charger 49, the first time they've been in plus territory in what seems like an eternity. On the other side of the 2-minute warning, we'll be back with the Chargers up 6-0 on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Hey everybody, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. If you're a racing fan, Dirty Mo Media, they have the ultimate lineup for you, even in the off-season. From NASCAR drivers and crew members to industry insiders, we've got it all. Whether you're tuning in to...
Hey football fans, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight for the NFL playoffs, the wild card. Which team are you cheering for? Who do you think is going to make it all the way to the Super Bowl? Thank you so much for chatting it up and cheering on your favorite team. Let us know that you're having a good time here by hitting that thumbs up button. Hit that like button down below. Let's get more football fans here in the chat. That is the #1 way to bring more football fans to this amazing community. As well, please share the link. If you guys could please share it out on your favorite social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Let's get this out to more people all over the world so we can make a difference in our community and have some fun while we're doing it. Now let's get back to the football. Good luck to your team.
Nostalgia.
High-rise jeans, oversized blazers. That was my go-to.
With a special guest host who knows a little something about the late 80s and early 90s.
Hi, I'm Lori Loughlin. You may know me as Aunt Becky. My whole commute to work over at Full House, I would listen to this song.
Mom Jeans. Listen now for a limited time on Channel 17 and available year-round as one of over 200 extra channels on the SiriusXM app.
Don't miss MLB Network Radio's tour of spring training beginning in late February. When the football season blows its final whistle, it's baseball's time to shine. Tune in as we visit with all 30 teams on site across Arizona and Florida. Hear from the star players, managers, and front office executives. MLB Network Radio's tour of spring training begins in late February on SiriusXM 89 and the SiriusXM app.
Los Angeles fans, hear what Coach Harbaugh and the players have to say after each game on the Chargers channel. 8:17 on the SiriusXM app.
So at the 2-minute warning, right now, Chargers up 6-0 on the Texans. Their offense has gone into a full stall. The defense had him backed up to the 1. We thought it should have been a safety. They ruled Stroud was out of the pocket, gave him new life. They converted their first third down, and on a 3rd and 16, ball gets snapped over Stroud's head. He's able to corral it, roll to his right, and complete the longest pass of the game, 34 yards to Hutchinson. And now they got a first down in Charger territory at the Bolts 49. They go empty. Mixon on the numbers left. Stroud in the shotgun. They rush 4. Stroud, middle of the field, caught. Ball on the ground, picked up by the Bolts, and they'll say incomplete. It was Dalton Schultz. Troy Dye was there to make the play immediately.
Normally they let that go.
Shannon, what do you got down there?
Khalil Mack rarely shows emotion, guys, but after he was able to not help C.J. Stroud be tackled to the ground there, he came over, took a knee, and was visibly upset with himself. The leader of a defense here that prides itself on angles and technique and sound tackling, guys.
Thank you, Shannon. And that ball was close to being a completion and a fumble as Schultz turned upfield but didn't take that extra step. So he's 2nd and 10. 1:57 left. They have all 3 timeouts. Again, Stroud to throw. He's got time. Middle of the field. Caught. Nico, and he's got a lane to the 20, to the 15. Before he is tackled by Alohi Gilman, there's a 38-yard completion. We had a defender fall down, Christian Fulton. He tripped, and Nico took off.
He just lost his footing. I mean, it was a heck of a throw by C.J. Stroud, but the defender's on the ground. Actually ended up getting in the way of some help that was coming his way from Troy Dye.
Well, now here is weakness versus strength. They are in the red zone for the first time today. The Texans have struggled to punch it in. 26th in the league, and the Chargers have the #1 red zone defense. This is the 11th play of the drive that started at the 1. Stroud in the shotgun, Mixon to his right, hands to Mixon, hit, dropped. Poona Ford. And it's going to be a loss of 1. Under a minute, letting the clock run. They still have all 3 timeouts, and now they bang their first one. Let's quickly take 10 seconds for our stations to identify themselves on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Well, we said
it's the Chargers who took the timeout, DJ.
Yeah, Chargers, they're going to try and get some time after a field goal attempt is their hope. You preserve some time for Herbert to maybe go back and get 3 yourself if you can get off the field here and force a kick. But we said it at the top. I mean, it's hard to imagine a way the Texans win this game without Nico Collins being a factor. And you'd like to give him a lot of attention, preferably while standing on your feet. Losing your feet, that is a tough look.
Yeah, that one went for 37. He's now got 3 catches for 55. Stroud, 11 of 19 for 154 and an interception. They break huddle. Mixon still in the backfield after losing one on that last play. It's a bunch formation to the left, and now Woods in motion to the right. Collins and Mechie to the left. Stroud to throw. Goes underneath. Incomplete. Perfect timing by Cam Hart. Covering Robert Woods. It'll bring up a 3rd and 11.
Well, again, that didn't take any time off the clock. You saved your timeout. It's a minute 2. Stop this one. If you have to bang a timeout, you bang it, and you've got a minute for Justin Herbert on the backside of this thing.
And they were bracketing Nico Collins on that one.
They can beat you with their left hand. How about some pass rush here? Run one of those games. Whoever's on the outside, though, whether it's a game or straight up, you've got to keep contained.
Morgan Fox and Thule inside of Khalil and Joey. Ogunbowale in the backfield. Bunch formation to the right. Stroud to throw. Middle of the field. Caught. Collins. Touchdown. And just like that, the Houston Texans have tied the game and have a chance to go into the half with an extra point from Fairbairn.
That's just hard to imagine that you allow the ball to go there. You bracketed him the play before. This time again, it's just another quick slant, and it's over. From the slot, outside release, and you're late with the help from the safety. That's Alohi Gilman.
Was flat-footed.
He's got to get downhill and go play that ball.
So Fairbairn to give the Texans a lead. Hard to fathom when the Chargers were up 6-0 after scoring on their first offensive possession and then creating a turnover on the Texans' first offensive play. And this kick is good, and just like that, the Texans have taken the lead in an elimination game, 7-6. Chargers do have 2 timeouts and 58 seconds to play with here to try to regain the lead. Now remember, the Texans will start the second half with the football. The timing is just terrible considering they had nothing going this entire first half, and a 3rd and 16 all the way back inside their own 15-yard line.
The drive started at the 1-yard line. I mean, you've got them backed all the way up, and you almost had a safety. You go from that to allowing a 3rd and forever conversion. A ball snapped away from the quarterback, scooped up off the ground for a huge chunk play, and then you allow their best player, Nico Collins, to really go unfettered to the end zone on a slant.
For Collins on the season, even though he only played 12 games, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, make that his 8th. For Stroud, that is his 21st touchdown toss. 13 plays, 99 yards, 5 minutes, 17 seconds. And Nico on that drive, as you said, he's the one that's going to have to do it. 3 catches for 55 yards and the touchdown. Now let's see if the Chargers have an answer here.
They have a lot of time.
Offense has just gone quiet since that first drive. They are 1 of 6 on 3rd down. Houston 3 of 3 on 3rd downs on that scoring drive, and that's the difference in this game right now. And this one is not returnable. Chargers will start at their own 30. And see how Greg Roman opts to call this one. Texans still have all 3 timeouts. And Kaimi Fairbairn has got one of the biggest legs in the league. His long this season is 59. Long in his career is 61, and we're indoors.
Well, it'd be huge, though, on the other side of it. If you can get a drive here and get yourself a long field goal from Cam Dicker, recapture the league and the momentum, which has gotten away from you here in the second quarter.
Break huddle. Q goes on the numbers left. Herbert in the shotgun. Dobbins to his left. And now Dobbins going to flex out to the left side of that offensive line. They rush for Herbert. Stands tall. Climbs the pocket. Throws sidearm. Incomplete. Intended for DJ Chark. Derek Stingley in coverage there. 2nd and 10. 52 seconds left.
Does Herbert have a rushing attempt yet?
No.
And that was an opportunity again there. Start the drive. Just take off and go. It opens up for you. He's climbing up into the pocket. But
that should have been caught.
He's just been a little reluctant to take off. It's a heck of a throw.
Yeah, that's right through the hands of DJ Chark. 2nd and 10, and again, NRG Stadium has come alive after having very little to cheer about. Dobbins in the backfield. Texans are creeping and showing blitz. They rush 4. Herbert hit, but throws downfield, looking for McConkey. Over his head, incomplete, 2nd down. He's able to shake off the defender. McConkey had a step. There were 3 defenders back there, but he just overshot him by about 10 yards.
Yeah, I just need a little bit more air. Justin got away from the pressure, kind of pulled through it, but I think that caused him to rush the throw. He had him. Just needed a little bit more air under the ball.
Herbert having a rough first half here. 8 of 19 for 97 yards and an interception and a QB rating of 36.5. He had been playing the best football of the season, and some would argue his career, these last 4 games. And now Chargers want a timeout on this critical 3rd and 10 with a 1-for-6 3rd down number today.
Boy, you have to look forward. You can't look back, but a lot of opportunities gone by the wayside in the first half.
No doubt. I mean, DJ, I just think back to that scoring drive there. The pressure they applied in the end zone, balls thrown away, and Stroud maybe just gets a step or 2 outside the pocket to prevent it from being called a safety. You got a 3rd and 16 with a ball hiked over the head of Stroud, and somehow he's able to get outside the pressure and complete a pass to convert that, and it's a 99-yard drive. And here, this place has come alive. I mean, it was dead silent.
Someone other than McConkey's got to make a play.
Yeah, McConkey's got 4 for 56. Will Dissly's next in line, 2 for 16. And these receivers got to stop dropping passes. Will's got a drop. Sharp has a drop. Probably called that timeout to get McConkey back on the field. He's in the slot left. I should say slot right. Bunch formation. They bring pressure. 5 coming. Herbert rolling to his right. Throwing downfield for Q. And caught. They say incomplete. It's a great adjustment by Q to catch that ball. But they'll say he was out of bounds at the Houston 30, and out comes J.K. Scott to punt it away with 39 seconds and all 3 timeouts for Houston.
He was late to adjust to it. I don't think he finished the catch either. It was low, but just a little late trying to work back to it. And Herbert didn't necessarily have to abandon that pocket.
Oh, yeah, it hit the ground before it bounced into his hands. So incomplete. Here's J.K. to punt it away. Had 1 blocked already. Woo! And this one is fluttering. Takes a Charger bounce, fielded at the 25 by Woods. Able to spin away from a couple tacklers, get all the way to the right sideline, pushed out of bounds at the 32-yard line. And again, with all 3 timeouts, you don't need a whole lot for Fairbairn. 45-yard punt, but a 7-yard return.
Well, the Chargers have had a couple mental boo-boos here on some big plays. It'd be nice to see if the Texans could return the favor and maybe get a little too aggressive here.
They have 2 turnovers, a forced fumble, and an interception. And they break huddle with Ogunbowale in the backfield with Stroud shotgun right hash. Nico Collins slot left, Mechie outside. Now Mechie will settle into the slot. That's where Stroud's looking, still looking, throwing underneath. And Nico run out of bounds, left sideline at the 36. That'll be a gain of 4. Tar Heels still in coverage, but it stops the clock at 22 seconds. And they still have all 3 timeouts, so they can work the middle of the field.
It's nice to get some pressure, and if you can't get home, get those hands up. The ball's coming out quick with C.J. Stroud.
Bosa Mack on the edge. Morgan Fox and Puna interior. Still Ogunbowale in the backfield. Schultz in motion left to right. Settles opposite Joey Bosa. Stroud looking middle. Here comes pressure. And he is able to get away. And there's Stroud using his legs. Oh, and he runs by a tackler to the 40, to the 35 before Dayon can drag him down. I don't know if they thought he was going to slide, but they just let him run right by him. It goes all the way to the 37-yard line of the Chargers.
We've just seen a
27-yard run.
We've seen it in big games. Quarterbacks use their legs a little bit more. You've got to try and change the math. These defenses are too good, and that's what we've wanted to see on the other side, is just be aggressive, take off, and go.
And that was Eddie Jackson, who was just slow to get there. And Houston hits their first timeout. They have 2 left, 13 seconds at the 37. Chargers need a negative play here.
it has to be all hands on deck in a playoff game, and that includes the quarterback using his legs.
And that's what you saw there. They made it available to Stroud. He took it. And you look at the quarterback comparison, DJ. 13 of 22 for 171, a touchdown and an interception. Not to mention that rush for 27 yards. Herbert, 8 of 20 for 97 yards and a pick, and has yet to try to run the football. Defense needs to come up with a negative play here. Bosa, Mack, your edges. As they are in dime. Handoff to Ogunbowale. And he is all the way up to the 32. Houston uses the timeout, stops it at 9 seconds, and they'll still have one left, so they can maybe take a shot.
I mean, they're just making this a more makeable kick.
So I don't think they're going to let him pass.
No, why would you take a negative play? You're sitting on 3 points right now, which the way the Chargers offense has struggled feels like an awful lot.
Fairbairn, 13 of 16 from 50 and beyond this season. Right now, you'd be just inside 50 yards. You'd be at about a 49.5. So we'll see if they can get him a couple more. I assume that's what they'll do as they break huddle. Woods, Collins to the right. Hutchinson to the left. Again, Ogunbowale in the backfield. Stroud throws quickly over the middle, low, caught. And that's all the way down to the 22. And they will call their final timeout with 6 seconds left. And I assume a very makeable kick here for Fairbairn as all the momentum has swung back the Texans' direction.
I mean, how many times are they going to hit that slant from the slot, including the touchdown? You're playing off coverage. You're just conceding it.
Well, it's interesting you say that, DJ, because that's been the deal with Nico Collins this season. You play off, and he's going to make you pay. 11.6 yards per target in off coverage, 4th most in the NFL. 41-yard attempt here for Fairbairn to make it a 4-point lead going into the half. And again, the Texans will start the second half with the football. Middle of the field, 31-yard line. Good snap, good hold. And this kick is up and through. 3 seconds left on the clock. And this one was all Chargers early. Again, they jumped out to a 6-0 lead. Could not convert a third in inches and had to settle for a field goal after driving down the field on the opening drive with a beautiful mix of run and pass. And then on the first offensive play of the Texans, they create a fumble by Mechie. And they're only able to get 3 out of that due to a drop pass by Disley at the first down marker. And it has been nothing doing offensively since.
Yeah, this offense, I mean, that's the story going into the third quarter. You're trailing by 4 points right in the middle of this ball game, but the offense has got to find something in the second half, and that means anybody other than Ladd McConkey. Somebody outside of Ladd McConkey has to step up and make some plays.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head, too. That goes for Herbert using his legs. He has yet to attempt a rush, and there have been lanes there, especially with the pass rush right now. I assume they'll just kick this out of the back of the end zone. Fairbairn, right to left, does exactly that. Davis going to field it 8 yards deep and bring it out to the 10 on the hash. And he is undercut at the 15, and that'll end the half. Texans 10, Chargers 6. Wild card round of the playoffs, and Darius Davis is down on the field, writhing in pain. Ilo will keep an eye on that as he gets you all the halftime coverage. Again, 10-6 Texans on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
It's the new year, and you're looking to get a new car. Then head over to the Easy Choice sales event at your Toyota dealer, where it's easy to choose a great lease or a low APR on Toyota's most popular models, like the all-hybrid Camry, fuel-efficient Prius, legendary Corolla, rugged Tacoma, or versatile RAV4. A new Toyota for the new year is waiting for you at the Easy Choice sales event. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
At UCLA Health, discovery and innovation.
What's up, insiders? Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. Holy cow, what a showing by Ohio State. The Ohio State, what a win. Tonight, I'm assuming, given the 41-15 timeline here when I'm recording this message to put out here, because the game is over. Congratulations.
UCLAHealth.org.
Looking for the perfect present this holiday season? Give the gift of Chargers season tickets. That's right, 2025 Los Angeles Chargers season tickets are on sale now. Lock in the best seats at the lowest prices and be part of the electric atmosphere inside SoFi Stadium for year 2 of the Jim Harbaugh era.
Football fans, it's the NFL playoffs wildcard weekend. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and making a difference in our community. We're running the SickKids Football Frenzy for every single game of the college football playoffs, every single game of the NFL playoffs, so that we can help raise money for SickKids Hospital. We are already over $700 donated in just the first couple games of the college football playoffs. Let's make a difference. Joe, tell them more about our amazing campaign and the difference that it makes with SickKids Hospital in Toronto.
Cheers, insiders and football fans all over the world. This is Joe Bowen, Hall of Fame voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and, more importantly under these circumstances, a huge football fan of the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Well, we want to thank you for hanging out with us and cheering on your favorite team during the SickKids Football Frenzy campaign here on TSI, where we make a real-world difference in our Toronto community. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering how you are making a difference. Well, a percentage of revenue from every single game will be donated directly to SickKids Hospital, as we have raised over $6,500 in just 8 months. SickKids has impacted my life, and I'm sure the lives of countless families in the Toronto area, and I know probably a number of yours as well. Please check out the link that is pinned in the chat or in the description and donate if you are able. Let's show the power of community of sports fans making a difference. One of the best ways to increase the amount of the donation is to share the link of this YouTube live stream on social media to help bring more football fans to our amazing community, changing the world one insider at a time. We'll see you in the chat. And holy Mackinac, thank you for helping us raise money for SickKids Hospital as we heal the future.
However, they now trail at halftime to the Texans 10-6. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with second quarter highlights after these on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Catch the best basketball coverage on SiriusXM NBA Radio Channel 86.
Jaylen Brown drives, bounce pass to the corner. Tatum drives baseline, strong two-hand play.
Every day we bring you the latest headlines, expert analysis, and exclusive interviews with the players, coaches, and legends of the game.
We're now joined by best Laker of all time. It's Magic Johnson.
Nick Nurse, head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, joins us.
Plus, catch live play-by-play action you won't hear anywhere else. Tune in on NBA Radio Channel 86 or the SiriusXM app.
Sports Grid Radio on SiriusXM has you covered this NFL season.
Wildcard weekend wraps up with a Monday night matchup between the Rams and the Vikings. This game has been moved from SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles to Glendale, Arizona due to the wildfires in California. The Vikings now sit as a 2.5-point favorite. Make sure you tune in to Sports Grid Radio to stay up to date on all the latest.
The place to get the winning edge over the sports books this football season is Sports Grid Radio, channel 159 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Hear PGA Tour Radio's new lineup this Monday. Tee off with the starter at 7 a.m. Eastern, followed by 5 clubs with Gary Williams at 8 a.m. Fix your game on a new breed of golf from 9 a.m. to noon. Colt Knost and Drew Stoltz are on Gravy on the Sleeves from 12 to 2 p.m. Inside the Ropes with Carl and Dennis Paulson from 2 to 5 p.m. Then, it's 2 hours of Cade Trick and McGinnis on tap, followed by Rocco Mediate on the Rocco Hour from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. PGA Tour Radio, channel 92 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Hey there, it's Ray Hudson again, soccer extraordinario from SiriusXM FC. The biggest and the most exciting sport in the world lives on channel 157. Hear every heart-pounding moment from the Premier League, MLS, and the UEFA Champions League. Oh, what a goal! And illuminating analysis from World Cup veterans like Tony Meola.
I don't give a rat's what the process is supposed to look like.
We got the passion on SiriusXM FC 157.
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, channel 82.
The Houston Texans with a 10-6 halftime lead over the Chargers. The Chargers led 6-0 after one, and then just over 3 minutes into the second stanza, they would come up with their second takeaway of the first half.
Next to Stroud in the shotgun. Stroud to throw. They rush 5. Stroud all day lets it fly downfield and caught. Is it intercepted? Yes, it is. How about that, Dean Leonard? Dean Leonard caught it like it was a pop-up in Little League Baseball.
Thanks to the pressure by Bud Dupree, it was the first interception of Leonard's career. However, once again, the Chargers could not convert it into a touchdown or points. In fact, they would just give the ball right back to Houston.
Herbert, bootleg right, looking downfield, takes a shot for Q, and that pass is intercepted by Kamari Lassiter, an absolute disaster of a play.
Ladd McConkey's teammate at Georgia for 2 national championships saves the day for the Houston Texans. Then with 6:15 left in the second quarter, the Texans would take over as the Chargers pinned them with a J.K. Scott punt at their 1-yard line. Houston had a 3rd down and 16 at its 17-yard line. C.J. Stroud bobbled an unexpected snap. He was being chased by Joey Bosa and other Charger pass rushers. He rolled to his right and completed an amazing 34-yard pass to Xavier Hutchinson out to the Chargers' 49-yard line and got Houston further down to the field into the land of the Bolts, where they would once again face a 3rd down and 11, but this time it was at the Chargers' 13-yard line.
Ogunbowale in the backfield, bunch formation to the right, Stroud to throw, middle of the field, caught, Collins, touchdown. And just like that, the Houston Texans have tied the game and have a chance to go into the half with an extra point from Fairbairn,
which he made to give Houston a 7-6 lead on a 99-yard touchdown drive. The Texans were 0 for 4 on 3rd downs before that possession. They went 3 for 3 on 3rd downs on that drive for a 7-6 lead. Chargers then went 3 and out. Houston got the ball just 31 seconds later, and then Stroud came up with the longest run of his entire career, a 27-yard run to the Charger 37, getting Houston into field goal range again. Keamy Fairbairn out of UCLA kicked a 41-yard field goal with 3 seconds left to give the Texans a 10-6 halftime lead, and Houston will receive the second half kickoff. You'll hear it next from Matt Money Smith, Daniel Jeremiah, and Shannon Barron, who are standing by to bring you the second half of this AFC wildcard game with the Houston Texans leading the Chargers 10-6. Third quarter straight ahead on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Chargers
Chargers Impact Fund is a nonprofit charity empowering youth, generating access, and creating opportunities in under-resourced neighborhoods so today's dreams can become tomorrow's reality. Through the Impact Fund's Bolt Academy program, Inglewood area high school juniors and seniors are taught critical job skills that they then apply in game day positions with the Chargers. Learn more about Bolt Academy and the Impact Fund's other inspiring initiatives by visiting chargers.com/impact.
It's a new year, and some things never change. Like my good looks. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Glow into the new year. Save $100 on our age-defying Hydra Spa facial at Sage Spa.
Number 2.
New Year gift giveaway. Get a Brentwood Hot Pot when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 14th.
And the number 1 reason.
Just hilarious. Live this Saturday. Get tickets now.
Morongo. Good times.
Sometimes your phone breaks.
Ugh.
Dude.
What the...
Oh, seriously? Hey, life happens. But at Verizon, we got you. Trade in any phone from our top brands in any condition and get a great deal on iPhone 15 with an unlimited ultimate plan. And turn...
No!
Into... Oh, yeah! Only on Verizon.
Want the latest in Chargers breaking news, exclusive content, scores, up-to-the-minute highlights, press conferences, and more delivered straight to your phone? Download the official Chargers app, your one-stop shop for all things Bolts. In addition to staying in the know with the Chargers app, you can also conveniently manage your tickets and access important know-before-you-go game day information all in one place. Staying connected to your Bolts has never been easier. Download the official Chargers app today and bolt up.
Game, field goal drive to get it started, force a turnover, get another field goal, and defense was pitching a shutout until the final 5 minutes of that second quarter when C.J. Stroud found something on a 3rd and 16 that not only ignited the offense, it woke up this crowd, and all of the momentum going in and likely coming out here to start the second half with the Texans getting the ball has shifted the Texans' way, DJ.
Yeah, you think about the opportunities, and to me, the key play of the game really was the interception. You get the ball up 6 with a chance to go at least make it 9-0, and the very first play, you have a shot, it's covered up. Herbert still tried to get it out there, and Quentin doesn't really fight for the ball. Lassiter ends up making the interception, and the game turned just like that.
Yeah, it was a pick by Dean Leonard, a beautiful interception, gets his feet in bounds at the 40 of the Texans. You only need a couple yards, if any even really, to get to within Cam Dicker field goal range. And instead you turn it right back over and you hit it, DJ. That woke this crowd up. I think you look at Herbert's line, too, and it's 8 of 20, 97 yards, and that interception that you mentioned. Yeah, Q could have certainly fought for it, but he has yet to attempt a rush, and certainly going to have that offense get something going because this defense was doing a heck of a job up until that last drive.
Someone other than McConkey's going to have to get going, and you know who I'm going to say. Get Stone Smart involved. I mean, shoot, get Semi Fehoko out there, give him an opportunity, but somebody's going to have to make a play. It can't just be Ladd McConkey or they're not going to win this ball game.
Well, they've already forced 2 turnovers in this game. Stroud threw 12 interceptions in the regular season, his 13th here in this game. See if he can force a turnover, maybe get a short field to wake this offense up. As Dicker boots this thing out of the back of the end zone. It'll be Houston at their own 30, and we go back down to the Chargers sideline and Shannon Farrah.
This team is capable of a second-half jumpstart. We saw it in Kansas City when they promptly scored 2 touchdowns out of the half. No doubt the leaders spoke up at halftime in the locker room. Like Khalil said earlier, we have a rare opportunity, a rare situation, the right group of people together. What are we going to do? It's up to us.
No doubt. Look, they got the right leadership. There's no doubt about that. Jim Harbaugh, Derwin James, Khalil Mack. You think about that Bronco game, down 21-13. Broncos come out, kick a field goal, and then they just were able to pour it on. So let's see if we can get it started here on the defensive side of the ball. Joey and Khalil, your edges. Mixon in the backfield with Stroud shotgun. It's a handoff to Mixon. And Mixon able to push forward for 5 to the 35-yard line. Alohi Gilman there along with Deion Henley. Mixon now 7 carries for 20 yards. Been able to wrap up this run game, but Stroud 23 attempts, to just 8 on the ground, and one of the, well, I should say 9, but one of them's a scramble by Stroud.
There's no question. Troy Dye getting a lot of work here in this ball game today.
He's in the middle of the field. You got a pistol formation again with Mixon on a 2nd and 5. And it's a handoff to Mixon again, and this time they drop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's Poona Ford, and that is no gain, 3rd and 5. And we've talked about it with this defense, DJ, one of the best 3-and-out percentages in the league, 5th in the league. They force their opponents to go 3-and-out on 24.3% of their drives, and what a perfect way to reestablish a little bit of momentum here if you can do it.
I know that Nico Collins is a great player, but you're going to have to get up and press and challenge these receivers. You can't give free access for these quick-hitting slants and out routes.
Mechie and Nico are stacked to the right of Stroud. Mixon in the backfield, 2 to his left. He's looking middle. Here comes pressure. Stroud he's got Nico, and Nico is off to the races. 30, 25, and it's Khalil Mack that has to come from the line to make the tackle. It was a slant to the middle again, and Nico burns him again.
I think that was Christian Fulton once again in coverage. I mean, he's just having a field day as Christian Fulton dives to the ground again. He can't stay on his feet. If you're going to give up the catch, at least stay on your feet and make the tackle.
Well, just like that, they are now 4 for 4 on 3rd down after starting 0 for 4 on 3rd down. And they are picked up where they left off. Knocking on the door of the red zone from the Charger 24 with a new set of downs. Trips right. And now they go empty. It's a quick throw on a screen to the flat, and there's a flag, and the ball's on the ground. Ball is on the ground. Mixon dropped it. Are the Chargers on it, or do the Texans have it? They say the Texans. No, it is Charger football. Tony Jefferson emerges from the pile with the ball. There is a flag on the field.
I think that was going to be a double pass.
It's going to be Charger football, DJ. Boy, did they need that.
Holding. Offense. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a first down.
That was a backwards pass. I think it was going to be a double pass, and he decided to keep it to abort the double pass, and then fumbled the ball.
Well, and here we're seeing Mixon, and that is Tony Jefferson that knocked it out and fell on top of it and recovered the football. How about that?
That might have been a game saver by Tony.
Absolutely. Jefferson in his 10th season out of Oklahoma was probably the 53rd player to make the team, and now Chargers offense is on the field. And we'll keep it here. Weren't sure if they were going to go to commercial break or not. Now they're pulling all the trainers off the field, so it looks like we'll stay here.
Boy, the defense has done their part here and getting a big turnover. They got to find some rhythm offensively. And again, who's it going to be? Who's going to step up and help out Ladd McConkey?
McConkey right now, 8 targets, 4 catches, 56 yards. The next leading receiver is Will Dissly, 2 for 16. Got to get this ground game going again. It was working so well on those first couple drives. And it's Dobbins out there with Herbert under center. Quentin and McConkey to the right. Fisk outside of Slater to the left. Play action. Herbert climbs, throws, and caught. There you go, McConkey again, outside the numbers, right side to the 43, and he's going to get a personal foul penalty for a face mask. So not only does it go all the way out to the 43 for 17 yards, but Stingley.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 24. A 15-yard penalty will be added at the end of the play, first down.
And he got his money's worth.
How about that for a drive starter there?
Now marching all the way into Texans territory after the turnover. That's the 3rd turnover of the game the defense has forced. +2 in that category. And they are right on the doorstep of Cam Dicker field goal range. Gus Edwards now in the backfield. Herbert under center. 3 tight ends on the field. Well, 2 tight ends in Matlock. And now Herbert changing the play. 5 on the play clock. Down to 3, 2. And they get it off. Hand off to Gus. Following Matlock. Keeps his legs moving. Gets inside the 40. All the way down to the 38. It's a nice 4-yard run before Eric Murray makes the tackle. And just keep doing it, man. Keep running the football.
I just like securing the 3 first and foremost, and then you can get a little bit more aggressive. But right where you are right now, an extra 3 or 4 yards is huge.
He got on the hip of Matlock and then Fisk. We got a 2nd and 6, still on schedule. They break huddle. Gus stays in. Pistol formation. Matlock outside of Alt with Disley on that side as well. Quinton and Ladd to the left. Herbert hands to Edwards again. Edwards knifes through the B gap inside the 35 to the 34-yard line for a gain of 4. 3rd and 2. Will Anderson with the tackle.
Let's see if Justin can convert a big 3rd down right here. No negative plays, no sacks, no penalties. You're in field goal range. But once again, Justin, if it's there with your legs, take it. Just go take it.
1 of 7 on 3rd down. They break huddle. Gus stays in the backfield. Herbert in the shotgun. Q 1-on-1 left. McConkey to the right with DJ Chark and Disley. Herbert hands to Edwards. Edwards hit at the line of scrimmage and absolutely dropped Aziz Al-Shair. And is it 4-down territory, or is it time for Dicker to attempt a long one? And they're going to go for it. So it'll be a 4th and 2. Chargers this season 10 of 16 on 4th down. The Texans defense has allowed 17 conversions on 26 attempts. A 4th and 2. Herbert under center. Offset eye with Dobbins. Herbert takes the snap. Play action. Throws into the flat. Caught Q. Is he going to have it? They're going to mark him short. Derek Stingley, the All-Pro, with the tackle. They will be a yard short. They needed 3. They needed 2.5, and they got 1.
That makes no sense. That's the 2nd time they've thrown him the ball short of the sticks.
He has got to get deeper on that route.
He's got to fight Stingley to get past the line to gain.
Turnover on downs. They cannot cash in on the fumble. It'll be Houston ball when we return, leading 10-6, 10-10 left in the 3rd on the LA Chargers Football Network.
It's a new year, and some things never change. Like my good looks. And now the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
Glow into the new year. Save $100 on our age-defying Hydra Spa facial at Sage Spa.
Number 4.
New Year gift giveaway. Get a Brentwood Hot Pot when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 14th.
3.
The Marketplace all-you-can-eat brunch is a judgment-free zone. Go ahead. Start your meal with dessert. We won't tell.
And the number 2.
Just Hilarious. Live this Saturday. Get tickets now.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Lexus NX250. Earn entries now playing table games with your rewards card. And be here on the 31st at 10 p.m. for your chance to win a Lexus.
Morongo, the best casino resort in the Southland. Good times for everybody.
At UCLA Health, discovery and innovation lead to the best care. Our doctors and nurses work tirelessly every day to bring you the best experience so you can live your best life. It's why we're consistently ranked as a top hospital nationwide for 35 consecutive years by U.S. News and World Report. Go to uclahealth.org to schedule an appointment today at one of our over 280 locations right here in Southern California. Once again, that's uclahealth.org.
Want the latest in Chargers breaking news, exclusive content, scores, up-to-the-minute highlights, press conferences, and more delivered straight to your phone? Download the official Chargers app, your one-stop shop for all things Bolts. In addition to staying in the know with the Chargers app, you can also conveniently manage your tickets and access important know-before-you-go game day information all in one place. Staying connected to your Bolts has never been easier. Download the official Chargers app today and bolt up.
Texans on top of the Chargers. The Bolts create a turnover, but they then turn it over on downs. Playoffs are here. Now's the perfect time to gear up for the Chargers postseason. Check out the Chargers Pro Shop powered by Fanatics for the best selection of Chargers merchandise on the web. Visit shop.chargers.com. So the Texans not harmed by the fumble. However, at least the Chargers able to get them out of field goal territory with the turnover. That's the farthest they got the ball into Houston territory, DJ, since they forced the turnover on their first offensive possession of the Texans. Rolling to his left, all kinds of time, and now C.J. Stroud going to use his legs, slides down at the 41-yard line for a gain of 6. Junior Colson, the nearest player in the area, but we got to see some of that from Herbert.
Yeah, I'm begging for it, please. C.J. Stroud just smart on that one because Tuipulotu has a choice. If he goes for Stroud, you dump the ball off in the flat. He has to widen out with the receiver, and then Stroud just takes the opportunity to use his legs.
Thule and Bud, your edge rushers on this series. Tier Tart and Tito on the interior. Troy Dye has been manning that middle pretty much all game long. 2nd and 4, fakes the pitch, sets up the screen. And there's Nico Collins with a first down just shy of midfield. Tier Tart able to wrap him up at least and slow him down. He gets out to the 48 for a gain of 7. This Texans offense starting to move the ball now.
Well, look at Nico Collins' numbers right now.
Yeah, he's got 5 catches for 109 yards and a touchdown.
He's just getting punched with the right hand. And this was an issue for previous Charger teams. Hasn't been for this one. This one's done a good job of taking your best player away, making him a focal point, but
now Cam Hart going to go over there with him on the numbers to the left of Stroud. Stroud to throw again. Oh, Collins escapes. He's got a lane. Instead, he goes underneath. And Cade Stover able to pick up the first down to the Charger 40-yard line. Troy Dye makes the tackle, but that's another gain of 12. And, man, Nico was flashing down that sideline as Alohi Gilman was trying to recover to get him.
And all of a sudden, this pass rush that was unstoppable early on in the first quarter of this game hasn't really been getting to C.J. Stroud.
Well, he's in rhythm, DJ. He is feeling it. He's using his legs. And what does it come off of? A 3rd and 16 when the ball was snapped over his head. And that's how this whole thing got started in the second quarter. Stroud again, quick. Stover has it to the 35, to the 34 before Troy Dye makes the tackle. Another gain of 7.
Just easy.
It is. He's such a rhythm player. And now we got a Charger down on the field.
It's like Cam Hart grabbing his hand or his wrist.
Looks like Dean Leonard walking onto the field to take his place if they're able to get him up and off here before we go to a timeout. Still getting a look at Cam. And they'll break, so we'll break with them. 10-6. It is still a single-score game. It is still in the balance. The momentum certainly favors the Texans, but we know how quickly that can shift. We'll be back with the Texans on the Chargers 34 on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Chargers and the NFL. Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Chargers tickets. And even if your plans get turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Chargers.
The Los Angeles Chargers Impact Fund is a nonprofit charity empowering youth, generating access, and creating opportunities in under-resourced neighborhoods so today's dreams can become tomorrow's reality. Through the Impact Fund's Bolt Academy program, Inglewood area high school juniors and seniors are taught critical jobs.
Cheers, football fans. Thanks so much for hanging out with us on wildcard weekend for the NFL playoffs. We're live every single game, and we love hanging out with all of you, chatting it up, cheering on your favorite team. Thank you so much for being here. Now, please let us know in the chat. It's that time of the show. Let us know where you're watching from in the chat. Let's see how far out from all over the world we have people hanging out with us here, listening to the NFL playoffs and the wild card games. Let us know your city and state in the United States, city and province in Canada, international. Put your flag emojis out there, and let's see how many countries we have here in the chat in this wild platform called YouTube. Thank you again for participating. Now let's get back to the football.
Oh, seriously? Hey, life happens. But at Verizon, we got you. Trade in any phone from our top brands in any condition and get a great deal on iPhone 15 with an unlimited Ultimate plan. And turn...
No!
Into... Oh, yeah! Only on Verizon.
Maybe last week did something for C.J. Stroud. He played that opening series. D'Amico Ryan said they needed to get something figured out with how poor they had been playing. He went 6 for 6 for 50 yards and a touchdown to Nico Collins. And now he is 4 for 4 here in the second half with a 2nd and 3. Handoff to Mixon, and Mixon bounces it outside. Left sideline, finally dragged out of bounds by Alohi Gilman, but not before he gets to the Charger 19. Let's go downstairs to Shannon Farron.
Yeah, guys, Cam Hart was escorted off the field. The orthopedic doctor holding his right hand and his right shoulder.
All right, thank you, Shannon. Yeah, immediately into the tunnel, not even into the blue tent. And that's Mixon's longest run of the day. He's now got 10 for 33 with that run, and now in the red zone are the Texans.
Bosa got caught up the field on that last run.
Hand off to Mixon. Now he's got the middle of the lane just outside the left hash, but here's a hold. Looks like it's going to come back. Otherwise, it would have been 1st and goal.
Holding. Offense number 71. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
That's Titus Howard, who held Deion Henley on that run. So make it a 1st and 20 instead of a 1st and goal. A big break. Now, can they do anything with it?
Forcing a 3 is huge. Keep this a one-score game and buy your offense some time to figure some things out.
I mean, we're already halfway through the third quarter, and Houston's going to end up taking the lead in time of possession. At one point, it was 12 minutes to 3 minutes in favor of the Chargers. And it's a 1st and 15 because of where the hold took place. So back at the 24. Stroud to throw. Pressure comes. And Stroud takes a shot downfield. Derwin intercepted! And he's up and running out of the end zone. Derwin to the 20, to the 25. He's got blockers. Derwin outside the numbers. Makes a man miss and gets past the 40.
Did he get touched? That's the question in the end zone. It was a heck of a pick.
And there is a flag on the Houston side of the field. A huge pick for Derwin. The 4th turnover forced by this defense.
I think he's touched down. It's going to be in the end zone as a touchback.
Absolutely.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Passing team number 28.
That's big.
A 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the play. First down.
It's not that big of a deal because he got out to the 40, so instead they'll start at the 35. But what a play by Derwin, the exact guy you need to make it so we can get back on that sideline and knock these guys around a little bit and wake them up.
Well, we said Derwin was going to have his imprint on this football game. You knew it was going to happen, and that was a heck of a play. I mean, just elevating, go get the ball at the highest point. I don't want to be cynical, Money, but I'm watching that going, shoot, if we get out of this game, maybe we get Derwin a little bit of work on offense next week.
Right.
That's the best catch, the best ball skills we've seen today.
For Derwin, 10th career interception, 2nd this season, his 1st in the playoffs. He knew eventually number 3 was going to put his imprint on this game. The All-Pro can get the defense off the field, and now it's up to Justin Herbert to get something going. 9 of 22 for 114 yards and an interception with a QB rating of 38.8.
Well, we'll keep saying it until we see it. He is so fast and so big and so strong. And an offense that is, lacking in a plethora of weapons, his legs are a weapon. Let's employ it.
He has yet to rush the ball once. And after that first drive, when he had great protection, started to get pressured, his arm got hit twice, and just nothing has been the same since.
Well, there is plenty of time to get it right.
Texans offense is coming back out on the field. Are they saying that Derwin didn't catch that ball?
Reviewing the play, the ruling is incomplete pass. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the start of the snap. The down will count. Second down.
So it's a 15-yard penalty, and they were already at 1st and 15, and it's a loss of down, right?
So it looks like it should be 2nd and 30.
2nd and 30, yeah.
We're still waiting for the replay.
I never
That
saw
is not
where he
something
didn't
we
catch
suspected was a possibility. Thought they were just looking to see if he was touched in the end zone. All right, we're going to take a timeout. They still want to discuss this, figure it all out. As it's 10-6 Texans on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Want the latest in Chargers breaking news, exclusive content, scores, up-to-the-minute highlights, press conferences, and more delivered straight to your phone? Download the official Chargers app, your one-stop shop for all things Bolts. In addition to staying in the know with the Chargers app, you can also conveniently manage your tickets and access important know-before-you-go game day information all in one place. Staying connected.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one that's hanging out with us, listening to the NFL playoffs. It's wildcard weekend, and I am thrilled that you are here and I finally got your attention. How come you haven't hit that subscribe button yet? We are so close to 75,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button and turn on the
UCLAHealth.org to schedule an appointment today at one of our over 280 locations right here in Southern California. Once again, that's UCLAHealth.org.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel continues to be California's #1 entertainment destination as we start your 2025 off right with the biggest names in folk, rock, and country music. Grab your tickets for indie rock superstars The Killers as they play all their popular tunes on February 18th. Pop superstars and radio hitmakers The Lumineers grace the stage on February 22nd. And country legend Reba McEntire performs March 20th. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter.
Oh, 10-6 Texans after from the CBS feed. It looked as though what the referees decided in the replay center was that the ball moved. It's very hard to tell considering the call on the field was an interception. But because they do have a lot of cameras here, there was one angle that did show that ball certainly hitting the ground and probably decided it's a little bit too much to call it a pick. So Texans with a 2nd and 30 from the Charger 39. Stroud in the shotgun. Mixon to his left to throw. Looking to the middle of the field, and now he's going to take off, and there he goes again.
You better touch him. There's a late
flag.
That is a very late flag.
So right now they're marking him down at the 33. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense number 57.
2nd and 40.
10-yard penalty. Second down.
Let's make it a 2nd and 40. And that's the right tackle rookie, Blake Fisher.
You got Bosa just never let go of him. Goodness gracious. He was way behind the play, too. It was a dumb penalty.
So we're now at the 6:44 mark of the third quarter. And a 2nd and 40. Before we were talking about having him settle for a field goal attempt. Now let's get this ball back to the... you had a potential 1st and goal.
No dumb 5-yard penalties.
Exactly right. Christian Fulton pressed up on Nico Collins. And Joey, it's a free play. Do not let this thing go downfield. And they're going to say catch. No, they'll say incomplete as Fulton able to throw Nico Collins out of bounds left sideline, but it'll be a 2nd and 35 because Bosa jumped.
Oh, man, you'd have
Offside. Defense number 97. 5-yard penalty. Second half.
I mean, yeah, it's still a 2nd and 35 at the 45.
It just that would have been an incompletion.
Right,
and
you would have
a chance to save 3 points more than likely with the third down coming up, and now you just got 2 more cracks to really get 10 yards is what they need
for Fairbairn to make this a touchdown game. 10-6 Texans, 6:17 left with the clock stopped on the incompletion. Collins goes out to the left again. Fulton now in off coverage, about 10 yards off of Collins.
It's a light box.
Stroud to pass. Here comes pressure, throws underneath. Breaking a tackle is Mixon, and now he's in field goal range all the way down to the 32-yard line. That is a gain of 12, and it's still just third down, though, and 22. So definitely a chance to get 3 out of this.
Uncharacteristic, though, with these missed tackles. Guys leaving their feet. That time it was Derwin James.
You said it with Mixon. You cannot do that with him. He's too strong.
You've got to bring your legs. You got to run your legs on contact. You can't dive.
You cannot allow a first down here. At this point, they're in field goal range. You have to hold them to 3. And you got 4 defensive backs 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. Empty for Stroud. Throws quickly, middle of the field. And inside the 20 to the 19. But again, as good as Fairbairn is, once they were at the 31, they're in field goal range. So now a chance for the Texans to make it a touchdown game. Which, considering they had a 1st and goal with that mix and run, DJ, were it not for the Howard hold.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's 13 points.
Exactly
right. That's nothing. The offense has got to wake up.
37-yard field goal from the middle of the field. Good snap, good hold, and Fairbairn puts it through. And that is now 13 unanswered by the Texans as they lead the Chargers 13-6, 4:48 to go in the third on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Sometimes you only get one look at greatness. After all, there's only one Dan Fouts, only one LaDainian Tomlinson, and one Kellen Winslow. There's only one Lombardi Trophy, only one case of Super Bowl rings, and only one Hall of Fame gallery that houses the bronze bust of each Hall of Famer. And they all live in one place, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where one look at greatness lives forever. Ignite the passion, relive the glory. Book your visit now at profootballhof.com.
Tennis fans, SiriusXM is getting you ready for the first major of the year, the 2025 Australian Open, as Novak Djokovic looks to continue history, this time pairing up with his former rival, Andy Murray.
And he stands above all others at the Australian Open.
On the women's side, Iga Swiatek looks to silence the doubters after a PED suspension.
She's done it!
Dan Graca and Tracy Austin host the Australian Open Preview Show right now on the SiriusXM app. Just search Australian Open.
Wildcard weekend continues when the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wilson back, throwing to the right, has a man wide open. It's Freiermuth, and he's in for the score.
Battle the Baltimore Ravens.
Lamar firing back of the end zone. Touchdown Ravens! Rashad Bateman.
Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, catch the national broadcast on NFL Radio Channel 88. The Steelers call on Sirius 82 XM 226. The Ravens call on Sirius 83 XM 227. In the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Hey, this is Jeff Foxworthy.
This is Larry the Cable Guy.
And we're excited to tell you about our exclusive SiriusXM channel.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. Every hour of every day, we're going to bring you the best comedy from some of the best and our favorite comedians.
Like Nate Borgazzi, Dusty Slay, and Leanne Morgan, just to name a few.
By the way, she owes me money.
And we each host our own shows every week.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup.
SiriusXM 97, your home for great American comedy.
Los Angeles fans, hear what Coach Harbaugh and the players have to say after each game on the Chargers channel. 8:17 on the SiriusXM app.
10 plays, 46 yards, 5 minutes, 22 seconds. A ton of penalties, but the Texans get 3 and they make it a touchdown game. It is 13-6. Seemed like the prevailing thought for the folks that follow the betting world was take the under, as it was 44, and right now we have a combined 19 points between these two dominant defenses, and it's about time. A lot of people said they didn't think the Texans offense was going to be able to back up its defense, but so far it has. They got 13 on the board, And now it's up to Justin Herbert and company to do the same for their defense. They forced 3 turnovers. This is a short kick.
What a bounce.
Fielded at the 2, just next to the left sideline. Darius at the 20, now at the 25, and he is hit out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Let's go downstairs to Shannon Farron.
Good to see J.K. Dobbins running back onto the field. He was not in for that last offensive series, guys. Gus Edwards handling the bulk of the work. J.K. was kind of over here on the sideline just shaking his head, wanting to get back in there. He is now.
Yeah, they need him. Shannon, you're absolutely right. He's got experience in the playoffs. He averages nearly 5 yards per carry, has a receiving TD, a rush TD. And this offense has got to do something here to get this crowd out of it. They were asleep for the first 25 minutes of this game. And they are absolutely in it now. Matlock ahead of Dobbins on 1st and 10 from their own 29. Herbert hands to Dobbins, and he is wrapped up from behind by Miles Bryant, who came from the right side of that offensive line to make the tackle for no gain, 2nd and 10.
Eric Murray, the safety, was blitzing as well. I mean, they just selling out against the run on some of these downs.
Now Hassan Haskins checks in. A 2nd and 10. Chargers only have 148 yards of offense. The Texans 334. Trips to the right. Now Davis in motion, little orbit motion. Herbert to throw. Has time, throws into the flat for Davis, has a blocker, and there's Darius using his speed. Ball is out, ball's on the ground, and the Chargers managed to fall on it at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 4. That would have been an absolute disaster. And it's Hassan Haskins who was there.
That was Stingley. He punched that ball out.
And Davis actually jumped back on top of it himself. Chargers are 1 of 8 on 3rd down. They need to get to the 39. The ball is on the right hash 33. They're moving right to left. And they got to give their defense a breather. They go empty. Haskins and Q to the right. Trips left. McConkey in the slot. And they rush 5. Herbert's got to escape, and he can. He is lifted and planted by Danico Autry. Questionable to play, and the 11th-year vet with 62 career sacks literally lifted Herbert off the ground and body slammed him to the turf for a loss of 6.
Yeah, he just annihilated Jamari Sawyer working inside against him. Immediate pressure. Nothing Justin Herbert could do on that one. Just a bad beat up front.
Boy, this is going to be a big possession here because this thing can get away from him in a hurry. J.K. with a short punt. Fair catch signaled for by Woods at the 38-yard line. Let's quickly take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
So 3 and out. Talked about how the offense needed to step up. Dobbins gets no gain on the first with Miles Bryant flying from behind the play to make the tackle. And then you get a short 4-yard gain and a near fumble from Darius Davis, followed by a sack. And now the Texans right back on the football with Stroud under center, having himself a heck of a game. Hands off to Mixon. Mixon runs into Deion Henley, gets to the 42-yard line for a gain of 5. And they can start taking the air out of this football with the way the Chargers offense is looking, DJ.
Yeah, offense has just no-showed, and that push that the offense was getting early in this game, that script has flipped. The Texans have really started to get some push. If not for a mix and run getting called back, they'd really be taking this game over on the ground.
Just eyeball test they have. Again, since that interception thrown by Herbert after they had secured the interception, leading 6-0, it has been all Texans. And this time, there we go, shooting the gap as Tony Jefferson drops Mixon in the backfield at the 38-yard line for a loss of 5, and now we got ourselves a 3rd and 9.
They got to get off the field.
Got to. A minute 40 left in the 3rd quarter. It's just a touchdown game, 13-6. The offense has done nothing since their first drive.
Funnel this ball to the – if they beat you to the outside, tip your cap to C.J. Stroud. But you cannot allow these in-breaking routes again here.
Nico Collins, 6 catches for 116 yards. C.J. Stroud is coming up on 300 yards passing. Nico all alone to the left on the numbers. Mack and Bosa, your pass rushing edges. Now Nico going to make it 3 to the right. And here comes pressure. Stroud steps up, throws underneath, caught, but short. Short of the sticks at the 39. It'll be a 4th and 3. Deion Henley with the tackle. And out comes Tommy Townsend to punt it away. Nice job by the defense.
Getting right off the field, and they have got to get a rest. Even if you don't score on this next drive, you've got to eat up some time and buy them a blow here. It would be nice if special teams could join the party here with the offense in such a struggle.
Townsend, one of the best punters in the league, allows just 4.8 yards per punt return. He gets that ball way up there with a ton of hang time. And this is an end-over-end kick that is short. And it is out of bounds. See where they mark it. Went out of bounds right around the 20. And they're going to mark it out of bounds at the 24-yard line. So good field position here for the Bolts. With 21 seconds left in the quarter, just a 30-yard punt from Townsend.
Boy, the first down would sure ease some of the pressure. And it is an offense that is pressing in a big way.
They only have 11 first downs. They only have 146 yards. The Texans have nearly 200 more yards of offense than the Chargers, 341.
You might need to start thinking about moving the pocket around too with some of the movement, because they are getting a bead on Justin Herbert in that launch point right behind center, and they have teed off these last few possessions.
Stone Smart, Disley, and McConkey to the right in a bunch formation. Q one-on-one on the numbers left. Now McConkey will join him over there. Dobbins in the backfield. 5 on the play clock. Herbert from the shotgun to throw. They rush 4. And there's intercepted. It's going to be a pick 6. Through the hands of McConkey into the end zone. Eric Murray goes from bad to worse. McConkey was open, and Herbert just sailed it.
He tried to put a little extra on that ball. It looked like he overthrew it. You rarely see Justin strain. And when you overthrow the ball, it tends to take off on you, and that one sailed.
We're looking at the replay here. McConkey was open, would have been a great drive starter. And he just throws it way high through the hands of McConkey into the hands of make that Eric Murray. His 4th career interception. And it goes from a 7-point lead to potentially a 14-point lead as we'll get into the 4th quarter. And man, did this one get away. D'Amico Ryan sprinting down the sideline with his finger in the air.
Their defense has just dominated this football game.
Absolutely. And look, it was right there in front of us. This has been a dominant defense all season long. The extra point is good. It is a 14-point lead. The Chargers are staring at 15 minutes and 13 seconds left in their season, unless they can come up with an answer that has not been here since the first drive of the game. Justin Herbert threw 3 interceptions all season. He has thrown 2 in this game, and both of them, you would argue, DJ, were pretty bad ones.
Bad throws. I mean, the first one more so a bad decision, trying to force the ball on a shot play to Q. That one, he double clutched a little bit, and then he thought he had to get a lot on it to get that ball in, knowing there was a defender crashing on McConkey, and the ball just took off. I mean, McConkey got a hand on it, but it was well over his head.
That thing was fired. I mean, it was a laser. It was way over his head. He had to leap for it.
Well, 2 touchdowns in a quarter is not some miracle. That's all out there. You've got to find a way to get something going here.
Yeah, the big problem is so much of their damage has been done on play action.
Well, that's out the window.
That's out the window. And they're just going to have to figure out, like you said, it's McConkey who's got 73 yards. The next leading receiver is Will Disley with 16. Like, we've got to get some of these receivers to step up here. Kicking left to right. This is About 5 yards deep in the end zone, so Davis takes a knee. Let's go back downstairs to the Chargers sideline. Shannon Farron.
Guys, let's not give up hope. Jim Harbaugh's been here before. He led the 49ers to a come-from-behind victory in the 2012 NFC Championship game. 49ers came back from a 17-point deficit to beat the Falcons 28-24.
There we go. You're right, Shannon. You got the right guy at the head of it. You just need the guy under center to get this thing rolling. Herbert is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league. He has played the best quarterback in football over the last month of the regular season and just needed to show up here. Again, he's got 15 minutes and 13 seconds left. Chargers moving right to left here at the end of the third quarter. I formation with Gus Edwards. Hand off to Gus. They want to start on the ground, and they get 2 yards. It'll be a 2nd and 8 going in to the fourth quarter as they will flip sides of the field. 15 minutes left, potentially in the Chargers season. They trail by 14, 20-6 Texans, going into the fourth on the LA Chargers Football Network.
For non-stop NFL talk, there's only one station for you, and that's SiriusXM NFL Radio.
As much love as Detroit gets, I'm not sure they're getting enough. This could go down as one of the greatest offenses of all time.
Patrick Mahomes, quarterback that is concerned about not only winning football games, but his legacy. Winning as many Super Bowls as Tom Brady, that's what drives this kid to come to the facility every day and work hard.
The road to Super Bowl 59 is on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
This is Dave LaGreca from SiriusXM's Busted Open, and I love pro wrestling.
Cheers, insiders and football fans all over the world. This is Joe Bowen, Hall of Fame voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and, more importantly under these circumstances, a huge football fan of the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Well, we want to thank you for hanging out with us and cheering on your favorite team during the SickKids Football Frenzy campaign here on TSI.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today for the NFL playoffs. Please check the link that is pinned in the chat as well. It's in the description. And donate if you are able. It makes a huge difference to our community in Toronto with this hospital that I'm not alive today if it's not for the work that they did at SickKids Hospital. So I am forever grateful and thankful that you're here helping me make a difference for our kids and families in Toronto. Now let's get back to the football. Good luck to your team.
Soccer's most iconic clubs as they battle it out for European supremacy.
What a start for Inter! Haaland scores the hat-trick!
From the league phase to the final, the Champions League is on SiriusXM FC 157 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
This
Taste the sweet nectar of the end zone.
is the NFL on SiriusXM.
With the SiriusXM app, you can hear your hometown announcers all season long. Just search for your team on the SiriusXM app and tap the star to save it as your favorite.
Well, let's think back to the salad days, the opening to this game. Chargers drive down the field, get a field goal, immediately create a turnover, a fumble by John Mechie, get a field goal, go up 6-0. And since then, they have punted 4 times, turned it over on downs once, thrown 2 interceptions, one of them a pick 6, and have 94 total yards. That's since early first quarter.
Anything that can go wrong has gone wrong, but there's still time.
Plenty of time.
You've got to start with this drive right here, and you almost feel like 4-down territory right now.
Yeah, it's a 2nd and 8. Dobbins in the backfield, Herbert in the shotgun. Disley and McConkey to the right, just inside the numbers. Texans showing blitz. They rush 4. Herbert throws, caught McConkey, and McConkey falls down with the first down out to the 42-yard line. They needed 8. They pick up 10. And now McConkey with 83 yards receiving on 6 catches. And you don't have to rush. You got 15 minutes left, and this defense has played plenty well enough, DJ. It's just the offense's time to step up.
It would be nice, too, if you could just get an explosive. You know, if you could get a 30, 40-yard play just to loosen up this defense.
And they are going one-on-one with Kamari Lassiter on cue on the numbers, wide left. The ball is on the right hash. I formation. Play action. Herbert steps up, throws, caught all the way down to the 40-yard line. McConkey again, and that puts him over 100 yards. And that was with Derek Stingley in coverage. It goes for 19 yards into Texan territory.
Well, you forgot to. Stingley was in coverage. Bullock was in coverage. Al-Shaair was in coverage. They had him tripled. And somehow Herbert was able to squeeze that ball in.
And here we go, a little tempo. Herbert right back at it. Dobbins to his right. Shotgun snap to throw. Sidearm through the hands of Disley and intercepted, and it's going to be a race with Herbert and Stingley. And Stingley is going to take it all the way down to the Charger 12-yard line. That is all on Disley. Herbert does not deserve to have that on his ledger. That is the second time he hit him in the hands.
He tried to turn up
put it
the
on a
field.
plate.
He tried to turn up the field, and from bad to worse, not only doesn't catch it, but it's a Sunday hop right into the lap of Derek Stingley.
I mean, he put it on a platter. It hit Disley in the hands, popped up in the air, and Stingley takes it back 55 yards, and boy, I don't know how you dig out of this one. Man, Herbert just made two incredible throws to McConkey. It's an easy, absolutely easy throw, 5 yards downfield for a series starter. And man, now you're looking at 3-score game. Stroud under center. Mixon to the 3. 10 yards.
Is exhausted. You can't blame the defense at this point in time. They're absolutely exhausted. They've given up 13 points.
The Chargers had not allowed 20 points in any road game this season.
I mean, you've got a pick 6, and you've got another one that put them on the doorstep. It's hard to even grant these points to the defense.
This is a defense that held this team to 0 points through the final 5 minutes of the first half, and it has been all Texans. 20 unanswered, 6 of them, or I should say 7 of them on a pick 6. And here we go with a 2nd and 1. And we got whistles here.
I didn't see the flag.
I didn't see a flag either. Is there one out there?
I don't know what's going on.
No, I don't see a flag anywhere. Texans, C.J. Stroud's looking at Land Clark going, what are we doing?
Somebody from New York must have whistled in here.
Clock operator, please reset the clock to 13:02. 13:02.
For 3 seconds? That's bizarre.
Yeah. So 2nd and less than 1. They get a first down at the 3. Texans up 20-6. Boy, everybody felt so good coming into this one. There was such positive energy on the sidelines. Chargers were bouncing around the hotel. Got off to a great start here, forcing the turnover early, going up 6-0. And the offense was just unable to build on that. Defense held up their end of the bargain, but they have got to just be exhausted at this point. They break huddle. Stroud in the shotgun. Mixon to his right. Looking left, rolling left, hit and dropped. Sacked by Khalil Mack back at the 15. A 9-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd and 10.
That was a huge play by Khalil.
Clock running, 12:30 to go. Chargers down 14. Well, Shannon said Coach Harbaugh came back from a 17-point deficit. So maybe that's the magic number.
There's not a lot of time left. You're going to have to be very efficient with your possessions, and you got to get a stop here first.
3rd and 10, left hash. First down marker is at the 3. They go empty. Chargers rush 4. Stroud throws short of Mixon. No flags, so out comes Fairbairn to make it a 3-score game.
Golly, this defense deserves so much better.
They really do. You're absolutely right. This is going to be the first time they've given up, if Fairbairn makes it, more than 20 points on the road. And
really 10 of these points would go on the offense.
Absolutely. Got a pick 6 and this one for 3. So you're talking about 10 points given up on turnovers. And Fairbairn makes it a 3-score game. 23-6 Texans, 12 minutes left in their season. on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Prized possessions, so you want to make sure you're taking care of it, and that includes routine oil changes. Hi, this is Tim Cates. With our family cars, I trust the folks at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. No waiting rooms, no appointment needed. With locations all over Southern California, go to SoCalOilChange.com and find the Valvoline Instant Oil Change near you. When you pull in, they offer stay-in-your-car service while you wait. Got 15 minutes? Need an oil change?
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one that's hanging out with us, listening to the NFL playoffs. It's wildcard weekend, and I am thrilled that you are here and I finally got your attention. How come you haven't hit that subscribe button yet? We are so close to 75,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live, because we hang out with people from all over the world every single NFL playoff game from now to the Super Bowl. Now let's get back to the football. Thank you for turning on that bell and hitting the subscribe button. We'll see you back in the chat.
Rock and country music. Grab your tickets for indie rock superstars, The Killers, as they play all their popular tunes on February 18th. Pop superstars and radio hitmakers, The Lumineers, grace the stage on February 22nd. And country legend Reba McEntire performs March 20th. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter.
Want the latest in Chargers breaking news, exclusive content, scores, up-to-the-minute highlights, press conferences, and more delivered straight to your phone? Download the official Chargers app, your one-stop shop for all things Bolts. In addition to staying in the know with the Chargers app, you can also conveniently manage your tickets and access important know-before-you-go game day information all in one place. Staying connected to your Bolts has never been easier. Download the official Chargers app today and bolt up.
So the Texans get another 3 off turnovers, making it 10 total off the Chargers' 3 turnovers. Chargers only able to get 3 points off the 3 Texans turnovers. And certainly Herbert, with 3 interceptions over the course of 17 games, ends up with 3 here in the wild card round, and that last one is not on him. Still 12 minutes left in this game. Chargers with all 3 timeouts. Defense able to prevent the Texans from getting a first down after driving all the way into the red zone and force a field goal, but it is 23-6 here. And Darius Davis is going to take a knee. And out comes Justin Herbert. Justin has completed 12 passes for 147 yards. 7 of those passes have gone to Ladd McConkey for 102, meaning he's got 5 completions for 45 yards to the rest of his pass catchers. That includes backs, tight ends, wide receivers.
Just haven't found anybody else to throw the football to. And I've been begging for Stone Smart to get involved. I don't think he has a target yet today.
He does not. He's just outside of Joe Alt on that offensive line. They're empty, and we got 5 on the line of scrimmage and a 6th looking to blitz. They know he's got a pass, and this is the team with the 2nd most pressures in the league. Herbert hit, dropped. I mean, how do you let Will Anderson go unblocked into the backfield? Just went unblocked.
Yeah, you've got Joe Alt took the inside rusher, so you don't fan that out to Will Anderson. You block down because they're showing other rushers in there and just cut him completely free.
Now, this is not out of character, by the way, for the Texans, as the Chargers right on top of this on a 2nd and 17. Rush 4 again. Herbert absolutely annihilated. My God, I hope he's okay. Herbert is slow to get up as Mario Edwards,
it's immediate.
Absolutely annihilated him. It is a meeting at Herbert.
He didn't even have a chance to get to the top of his drop, and he got smoked. And there were 2 players back
Daniil
there.
Hunter.
But the interior of this offensive line, and that's Bozeman and Zion Johnson, they don't touch him. He splits them.
I give Herbert credit for just standing back up. 3rd and 26. Down 23-6. Herbert to throw. Steps up in the pocket. McConkey with a grab, and McConkey to the races. 50, 40, McConkey 30, 20, 10. Touchdown Chargers on a 3rd and 26. 86-yard touchdown.
Impossible. I don't know how that ball got through. I don't know how Herbert got that there. McConkey not only caught it, he quickly transitioned up the field and won a foot race with Derek Stingley. That is one of the more incredible throws, catches, and runs you will ever see.
And that is coming off getting absolutely annihilated on back-to-back plays because his offensive line could not block defenders. What a throw.
And that was quick, too. Took no time off the clock.
Absolutely. Just a display of toughness from Herbert that hopefully will wake this team up. The extra point is blocked. And Cam Dicker knocks it down right into the hands of the Texans, who are going to get 2. Like, Cam Dicker literally knocked it into the hands of D'Angelo Ross, and now the Texans are going to go up 25-12. Would have been a 10-point game. Instead, it's a 13-point game.
He's got to just catch the ball.
Yeah, I mean, he literally slapped it forward. How do you get an extra point blocked?
Oh, man. I don't know that I've ever seen that happen before.
No.
That's been a season of that.
And again, Dicker just has to catch it. But for whatever reason, he decides to slap it to the ground like it was going to be an incomplete pass.
Unbelievable.
25-12, Chargers get a touchdown, but they trail by 13. 10:38 to go in the game on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Pull up in my Hyundai Ioniq 6, people just lose their minds. They're like, oh my God, that car. It's like a celebrity, and I tell them all about it. Range of up to 361 miles, can charge from 10% to 80% in as little as 18 minutes. I just realized I think I'm my car's personal publicist. Hyundai's most electric EV lineup changes the way you look at and feel about EVs, specifically Hyundai EVs. Learn more about Hyundai EVs at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Chargers and the NFL. Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Chargers tickets. And even if your plans get turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Chargers.
It's a new year, and some things never change. Like my good looks. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Glow into the new year. Save $100 on our age-defying Hydra Spa facial at Sage Spa.
Number 2.
New Year gift giveaway. Get a Brentwood Hot Pot when you earn 500 points on your rewards card the 14th.
And the number 1 reason.
Just hilarious. Live this Saturday. Get tickets now.
Morongo. Good times.
At UCLA Health, discovery and innovation lead to the best care. Our doctors and nurses work tirelessly every day to bring you the best experience so you can live your best life. It's why we're consistently ranked as a top hospital nationwide for 35 consecutive years by U.S. News and World Report. Go to uclahealth.org to schedule an appointment today at one of our over 280 locations right here in Southern California. Once again, that's uclahealth.org.
Stop, addicted to the shindig. Chop top, it says I'm gonna win big. Choose not to life of imitation. Distant close into the reservation.
You feel so good about the Ladd McConkey touchdown, and then you get an extra point block that's returned for 2 points. And instead of being a 10-point game, 23-13, it's now 25-12. There is still a ton of time left, though. 10:38 to go. Chargers with all 3 timeouts. They have forced 3 turnovers, and it was darn near 4 with that Derwin James interception that went to review and was overturned. And some could argue that throwaway in the end zone was a safety. So this defense has been playing very well. Much better than the 25 points on the board suggest.
Well, they have no room for error now.
No. This is a low kick, fielded a yard deep. They'll bring it out. 10 on the numbers 20. And cleaned up at the 26-yard line. Let's go downstairs to the Chargers sideline. Shannon Farron.
Guys, after Justin Herbert was sacked for the second time on that series, Ladd McConkey came up to him, put his arm around him, whispered something into his ear. The next play, touchdown.
How about that? McConkey, Shannon, with 8 catches and 188 yards in that touchdown. That is 188 of Herbert's 233 yards passing. Only 45 yards have gone elsewhere. Well, what's the defense got for us? They have played much better than the score suggests here. Again, 12 of those points are on the offense. They've allowed 13. Hutchinson in motion, left to right, Stroud under center. They're going to try to run a 4-minute drill, and Derwin can't get his hands on it. Goes to Stover. He is upended and dropped at the 30. It'll be a 2nd and 5. Troy Dye there to make the tackle. 2025 Los Angeles Chargers season tickets are now on sale. Lock in the best seats at the lowest prices. Be part of the electric atmosphere inside SoFi Stadium for year 2 of the Jim Harbaugh era. Visit Chargers.com/tickets today.
We got to dig deep here, and
it's got to be a 3-and-out.
The first downs just eat the clock. It's just a killer. You've got to find a way to get 3-and-out and get off the field.
Well, that's Mack and Bosa, Tart, and Puna. And they have been effective today. Derwin on the line of scrimmage as well. Mixon in the backfield. Stroud hands to Mixon. Mixon has a lane. Mixon first down out to the 38-yard line. Troy Dye again with the tackle. That's 7, and that's going to churn at least 2 more minutes off the clock.
Yeah, every first down just
2.5 minutes.
That was a nifty cut. And good vision by Mixon. Well, tackling's got to be big. There's been a couple times where they've left their feet and haven't secured tackles. You have got to run your feet, wrap, and drag to the ground here.
They're going to throw with safe passes, run the ball. They know what they want to do. Can your best beat their best? Hand off to Mixon again, and he's able to break a tackle, stretch it out. Fulton gets him shy of the first down marker, but the clock will keep running. And Mixon going to pick up 6. It'll be a 2nd and 4 from the 44.
They are just not setting the edge. They're crashing. That's Joey Bosa has done that numerous times where he just gets sucked inside and the ball bounces outside.
It'll be a gain of 7. They'll mark it at the 45. So they need to get to the 48 for the first down. Clock at 8:40 and counting. Texans up 25-12. 2-touchdown lead.
And Bosa's out. Tooley's in.
Tooley and Mack out there. Hand off to Mixon, trying to bounce it, and he's going to be short. They'll need about 1.5 yards. He's down at just shy of the 47-yard line. Khalil Mack makes the tackle on the line of scrimmage.
Harbaugh's pounding his fist on the sideline. He knows how big this down is right here.
Now we're at 8 minutes. They get this first down, and you're getting toward 5 minutes and the need for 2 touchdowns. And you got this thing on their side of the field. You're already going to get pinned deep on a punt. And here we go. This is a huge moment in the game. They go empty. Stroud in the shotgun. 2 to the right, 3 to left. Now he'll call Mixon back to his right hip from the middle of the field. Moving right to left. Handoff Mixon. He's got it, and he is tripped up, but not before he gets to the Charger 47-yard line. And again, this is that 4-minute drill, DJ. And right now, Texans are winning it. This thing started with over 9 minutes, with over 10 minutes left in the game, and we're down to 7:27 and counting.
And this is a Texans offensive line that's much better in the run game than they are in pass protection, but I mean, there's no resistance there. And it's a defense that's played with light boxes all year long and been able to do it, but at this point in time, the way they're having success, you need to start dedicating some more bodies.
Stroud under center again, 5 on the play clock. Mixon in the backfield, offset eye with Stover, the tight end. Here comes Mixon, and he runs into Derwin and Dayon, and he'll be dropped at the 45 for a gain of 2. Clock still running, though, 6:50 and counting with the Texans up 13.
They get dangerously close to field goal range here, too.
Yeah. 5 straight runs for Mixon, exactly, and that would make it a 3-score game. And that's where that 2 points becomes huge on that missed extra point.
It would be 2 touchdowns and extra points, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that where we'd be at?
Yeah, we'd still be at 2 touchdowns. You're right to tie the game, DJ. My mistake there. But time is really...
degree of difficulty 13 versus 16 is pretty massive.
Exactly right. And there we go. Morgan Fox hits Mixon in the backfield, drops him at the 48. Clock at 6 minutes. It's a loss of 2. And we got a 3rd and 10, and this feels like the game.
They have really chewed up some clock on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, talking about 5 minutes. They are coming up on 5 minutes on this drive, and here it is, a 3rd and 10.
They got to get somebody out there on Collins late. Dean Leonard.
Stroud to throw. Here comes Bosa. Stroud has a lane. Stroud picks up the first down with his legs. No, they're going to mark him short. A half yard short. So, 5:22 and counting.
I think that was a favorable spot.
Absolutely.
Stroud is furious.
See, I thought he had it, but then had an official come out and mark him short. He did not.
It is very close.
It is really close because he gets tripped up at the 40 and falls forward toward that 37-yard line.
I think they're going to go for it.
Clock is running right now with 8 on the play clock. Down to 2-1.
D'Amico's challenging
it. And D'Amico's going to challenge it. He had to get on the other side of the 37, and they'll have to figure out where his elbow landed.
Well, you also, as a quarterback, when you give yourself up, it does not matter if you're diving or sliding, that ball is down. So once he gives himself up, that's the question.
And I guess the question is, DJ, is he giving himself up or was he tripped up by Fulton? I think they got it right. I'm looking where that hand hits. No, well, on the
that replay.
That replay looks like he's got it by a full football. The other replay from the backside looked like it was in fact short.
How many carries for C.J. Stroud today?
That will just be 3. So actually 2 for 33.
That's before this play.
That's before that one. So this will be 3.
And just incredible awareness on his part. Knowing, use your legs.
Yeah.
He's had 3 well-timed opportunities to take off, and he's taken advantage of it.
I think you're right, though, DJ. I think they'd go for it. Or do you kick the field goal and make it a 16-point
You
game?
missed the field goal. You got the Chargers a short field.
Right.
I don't think you kick the field goal. I think you go for it, and it's almost a knockout punch if you get it.
Right.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. 4th down.
You're still fighting the clock. 4:48.
Yeah, they ate up a chunk of time.
Five minutes, 2 seconds on this drive. And they are going to go for it. Probably going to try to get the Chargers to jump at least. They do not need their timeout, so they can afford to let the play clock run down.
Joey Bosa, someone needs to get in his ear.
Exactly. Especially at the edge position. With a big back like Mixon, as physical as he is. Yeah, here we go. Texans break huddle. On a 4th and inches with Stroud under center, and he's got the first down. Quarterback sneak picks up 2 yards. And the Chargers...
Well, they're in deep trouble now.
Big time. Big time, deep trouble.
That's two killer drives in this ball game. The 99-yard drive, which ended up being a 110-yard drive because of penalties. And then this one.
Yeah, this is, it's the Texans running a 4-minute drill. And it's now coming up on 6 minutes. The Chargers offense just did not have it today. It's offsides by Derwin. And they do not throw the flag, but there goes Mixon, and he's going to fall down inbounds. A smart play, another first down to the 25, and now we're under 4 minutes. That's a 12-yard gain.
Yeah, they're the more physical team today by a considerable margin.
Jim Harbaugh, I should say, uses his first timeout, I think. Clock has stopped at 3:55.
I mean, they have gashed him. C.J. Stroud has outplayed Justin Herbert.
Stroud has thrown for almost 300 yards. He's not going to throw again. Doesn't have to. 22 for 33, 282 for a touchdown and a pick. Herbert, 13 of 28, under 50%, 233 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions. But Stroud, 4 carries for 44 yards.
How many times have we seen that in these big games, playoff games, games against the Kansas City Chiefs? A quarterback using his legs it's a deadly weapon.
Yeah. No doubt, Herbert does not have a single rush today. Dobbins, 9 for 26, 2.9 yards per carry. Edwards, 7 for 22, 3.1 yards per carry.
I just think
9 straight runs on this drive, DJ.
That's the body blows that we talk about with the Chargers. That was the Texans. And a lot of it because the Chargers offense couldn't stay on the field.
That's the problem.
And so this defensive front for the Chargers just got worn down. And then they've been getting gashed on the ground here.
Yeah, started with a field goal drive that lasted 5.5 minutes. Then a one-play fumble from the Texans offense. 6 plays, 12 yards, 3 minutes on a field goal. And then the Chargers punt, interception, punt, downs, punt, interception, pick 6, interception.
Unbelievable.
That's the Chargers offense after going up 6-0 when their defense at the time had forced 4 punts and an interception of their own. And so that's interesting. Joe Mixon was out of bounds, and they did not call it. So Harbaugh has to use one of his timeouts when he should not have had to. Mixon with the handoff. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, dropped at the 31. I'm sorry, the 26. And there's Harbaugh's second timeout. It'll be a 2nd and 9. Mark him down at the 25. So that's a bad break there. They should on the replay.
Yeah, you're in a situation now where you've got to force a kick. You're going to need a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, an onside kick, recovery, touchdown, 2-point conversion. That would be the definition of an inside straight.
It seemed like the sentiment was overwhelmingly in favor of the Chargers coming into this game. They were playing their best football, specifically offensively. They had scored 34 against the #1 scoring defense of the Broncos, hung 40 on the Patriots, scored on 5 consecutive drives against the Broncos, 7 against the Patriots, and 5 consecutive against the Raiders to finish up the season. And
this
here again,
this is a different defense, though.
It sure is. You are absolutely right about that. This is one of the best defenses in the league. 29 takeaways, fifth in the league, 19 interceptions, 2nd in the league. They get 3 of them here. Allowed, or I should say 49 sacks. That is 4th most on the season, and man, was it on display here. So 3:58 to go, 2nd and 10. I feel bad for all these powder blues that traveled, man. It was a great crowd to support the Chargers out here tonight. Mixon looking to bounce it, and he is stopped at the 25-yard line by Deion Henley, and that'll be Chargers call a timeout here. Now I'm looking at the board, and it looks like they may have given the Chargers a timeout back. So it shows they still have 1, and that may have been on replay.
Stepping out of bounds.
Him stepping out of bounds. Yeah.
Yep.
So they did give him 1 back. So they will be able to call a timeout if they don't convert this 3rd down. I mean, you're talking about a run for the Texans, a 1-play fumble deep in their own territory, punt, interception, punt, and the Chargers can only get 3 points off all of that. I mean, they had an opportunity to absolutely pour it on in this game the way their defense was playing early, and the offense just could not match the defensive intensity.
No, they couldn't put them away.
And a lot of it was miscues. And really just didn't look like Charger football, to be honest with you. Just running the ball, playing physical, kind of got away from that early. You were talking about it. DJ just kind of throwing the ball. On a 3rd and 9, and Mixon going to dive for it, and he will be 2 yards short, a yard short. Harbaugh calls his final timeout. 3:47 left. It'll be a 4th and 1.
I mean, if you're the Texans offense, you're tempted just to run it here and try and put it away.
I mean, the offense is on the field.
I mean, they haven't shown any ability to stop you. And the quarterback sneak, you got it with ease.
Let's see what...
everybody in the stadium knew they were going to run the last play, and they got a chunk.
Yeah, this is less than a yard. They absolutely will go for it. They need to get to the 16-yard line, and it's halfway between the 17 and 16. So you're talking about inches.
Yard. If nothing else, it's worth it to try and get them to jump off sides at the very least.
Yeah, they still have 2 timeouts left.
I mean, they're trying to finish this game with their offense out on the field. That would be impressive when they got the ball back.
No doubt.
10 minutes, is that what was left on the clock? Yeah.
Over 10 minutes, yeah. We are now at 6 minutes, 51 seconds on this drive. It has gone 13 plays and 57 yards. So 4th and 1, Stroud under center again. Handoff, Mixon, stiff arm, into the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. That'll do it. A 30-burger.
Well, that was a butt kicking.
It sure was.
That was everybody in the stadium on that drive knew you were going to run the ball. They didn't put the ball in the air, did they, on that entire drive?
One time out of 14
just shoved
plays.
It down their throats, and that was a stiff arm on Deion Henley and off to the end zone.
And that puts Joe Mixon over the 100-yard rushing mark. He certainly earned that. A game in which the Chargers were favored by 3.
They got the doors blown off.
Sure did. Extra point is good. And that makes it 32-12 with 3:42 to go. 0 timeouts. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. I feel I get it with the defense. That was not the best looking drive, but
they were hung out to dry.
Absolutely. I mean, you're talking about that last drive was a 1-play drive, basically, an 86-yard connection from McConkey to McConkey from Herbert. So it's not like the defense got any rest anyway.
Where are we at on time of possession at this point in time?
31-24. 31-42 to 24-36 Texans. And again, in the first quarter, it was 12-3.
I never felt better for a game. I thought this matchup was a good matchup for the Chargers.
And it looked like at the start of the game.
Yeah. But every concern that you might have on the roster was exposed in this particular ball game. I give credit to the Houston Texans. They were better offense, defense, and special teams.
Absolutely.
Across the
board. Blocked extra point. Fairbairn made his field goals. And they trailed 6-0 with about 5 minutes left when they began their drive in the second half. Davis trying to make something happen. Nope, he'll take the knee. 3:42 to go. Shannon, what do we got down there?
Look no further for a class act, guys. Derwin James right now. This is probably the first time we haven't seen him smiling on this sideline all season long, but making his way down this bench, shaking hands, making eye contact with each and every guy here on this bench, saying, good job, you did okay, you did great, we're going to get him, we will get him.
Thank you, Shannon. No doubt. You would expect nothing less from Derwin. And, man, what a turn of events that could have been, right? That interception. That was wiped away. Herbert in the shotgun. Throws. McConkey slides down at the 40. Just shy. It'll be a 2nd and 1. 3:30 and counting.
He might be at 200.
He's close. He's about 3 yards short from a 200-yard receiving game, with Herbert throwing for 240. Herbert throw again. Goes left sideline. There's Q. He gets drilled.
That's
drops.
The third ball he's had his hands on that he didn't bring in today.
He's got 5 targets and no catches, DJ.
He got crunched, but that ball was dropped before he got hit.
Yeah. That's coming off basically a 13 target, 13 catch game last week. Now 5 targets, 0 catches. That was first down, had to pick it up. So he's going to get right back on it, running with tempo, 3:11 to go. Down by 20. It's a hell of a regular season, heck of a regular season. And it just went sideways on him here in the wild card.
That's offsides. How do you not call offsides up there at the top?
And Herbert incomplete to Disley. That's what Slater's saying. He's like, how is that not an offside?
They're saying that was a fumble. Yeah, he got hit his hand. What are they doing here?
Pass, second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a fumble.
His arm was definitely going forward. But how do you miss the offside? I mean, look, the game's over. But that's an offside by 3 yards.
2nd and 10 from the 44. Texans by 20. They will advance. And, of course, the NFL recedes. So it depends on what happens tonight with the Steelers and the Ravens. Herbert has time. Goes downfield. Looking for Chark. Intercepted. Stingley. That is 3 interceptions on the regular season and 4 in the wild card game.
That's a heck of a corner, too. Their corners played their butts off.
No doubt.
Stingley got a pair.
How about that? Stingley got a pair. You had a pick 6 out there. Again, 3 interceptions in the regular season, 4 in this wild card game.
Well, Stingley was tied for 2nd in receptions with the Chargers today. That sums it up.
How about that? Perfectly put, DJ.
He had more receptions than the Chargers' 2nd receiver.
Yeah. Yeah, Will Disley with 2.
I mean, if you, as a tight end, but as a receiver, they didn't have a receiver caught 2
DJ
balls.
Chark 1, Darius Davis 1. Quentin 0 on 5 targets. Stroud hands to Pierce. Nice job by Junior Colson. Makes the play to stop him at the 35 for a gain of 2. And that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And after that, it's a formality.
Well, we'll have time in the postgame we can talk about going off into the future, but got to get Justin Herbert some help.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man, I did not think we were going to have that conversation today, DJ. I was excited about what the future held based on how well this team had played, how confident they felt running around, walking around the hotel, so focused, talking to Coach before the game and where his head was. And here we are, 32-12, Texans at the 2-minute warning after Herbert's 4th interception of the game. We'll be back, make this one official. 32-12 Texans on the LA Chargers Football Network.
That's wherever I go. When I pull up in my Hyundai Ioniq 6, people just lose their minds. They're like, oh my God, that car. It's like a celebrity. And I tell them all about it. Range of up to 361 miles. Can charge from 10% to 80% in as little as 18 minutes. I just realized I think I'm my car's personal publicist. Hyundai's most electric EV lineup changes the way you look at and feel about EVs, specifically Hyundai EVs. Learn more about Hyundai EVs at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Chargers and the NFL. Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Chargers tickets. And even if your plans get turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Chargers.
Hey, football fans, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight for the NFL playoffs, the wild card. Which team are you cheering for? Who do you think is going to make it all the way to the Super Bowl? Thank you so much for chatting it up and cheering on your favorite team. Let us know that you're having a good time here by hitting that thumbs up button. Hit that like button down below. Let's get more football fans here in the chat. That is the number one way to bring more football fans to this amazing community. As well, please share the link. If you guys could please share it out on your favorite social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Let's get this out to more people all over the world so we can make a difference in our community and have some fun while we're doing it. Now let's get back to the football. Good luck to your team.
To schedule an appointment today at one of our over 280 locations right here in Southern California. Once again, that's uclahealth.org.
Well, it's a 2-minute warning. This is 2nd and 8 for the Texans. Probably just take a couple knees here. Don't want to risk anybody getting hurt. Our game is presented by UCLA Health, keeping you on top of your game. They break huddle, though, with an offset eye. Stroud under center. And handoff to Pierce. Pierce picks up the first down. Gilman able to drop him, and that'll be it. They'll now be able to kneel it out.
Copyright of this broadcast owned by the National Football League and the LA Chargers. All rights reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the NFL is prohibited.
That's a Texans team that knocked off the Bills, that won their division for the second consecutive time, that had a C.J. Stroud that put on an absolute clinic in that Cleveland game in the wildcard round last year. 16-21 for 274 yards and 3 touchdowns. They routed the Browns 45-14.
If I'm the Texans and Nick Caserio, as excited as I am, I'm sitting here thinking we just won a playoff game by 20 points in a dominant fashion. Can you imagine if we had Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs still on our team right now,
exactly.
And Jalen Petrie and some of the other losses that they've
Jimmy
suffered?
Ward. Yeah, they were down their 1 and their 2 nickelback, down their number 2 and their number 2.5 receiver in Tank Dell and Steph Diggs. They had 11 different offensive line combinations this season.
Well, their stars were stars today.
No doubt. C.J. Stroud makes it official. That's it. Chargers season has come to a close. It was a heck of a regular season. 11 wins. Felt so good coming into the postseason. But for as far as they may have outperformed expectations, turns out they showed up into the playoffs with high expectations. And that's where they came up way short as Coach Harbaugh and D'Amico Ryans exchange handshakes there at midfield. A tough game for Justin Herbert. Career high, 4 interceptions. Under 50%, 14 of 32. And he is quickly running into the locker room. As is Derwin James. Derwin's still with his helmet on. Same with Herbert.
Well, that one's going to hurt.
It is. It's going to be a rough flight home. This team was so excited about what they had coming into this game. And leading 6-0 until the final minute of the first quarter when they trailed 7-6.
After watching this offense the last few weeks, if you told me they were going to score 1 touchdown in this game,
I would never believe you. But that is the reality. And man, when it ends in a hurry. And it does not feel good. We'll come back, break it all down. Chargers 11-6 on the season, but 0-1 in the playoffs. And we look to 2025 regular season. They lose to the Texans 32-12 on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Sounds at most burger restaurants. There's beeping microwaves and beeping timers. What the is that all about? At Habit, we didn't get voted #1 by f***ing around with all those machines. Because all we need is a grill full of char and a chef full of fire. Using top-notch ingredients doesn't hurt either. But beeps in our kitchen? No way. Habit Burger and Grill Double Char voted #1 based on USA Today 10 Best Reader's Choice 2024 Awards for Best Fast Food Burger.
Sometimes your phone breaks.
Ugh.
Dude.
What the?
Oh, seriously? Hey,
life happens. But at Verizon, we got you. Trade in any phone from our top brands in any condition and get a great deal on iPhone 15 with an unlimited Ultimate plan. And turn...
No!
Into...
Oh, yeah!
Only on Verizon.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel continues to be California's #1 entertainment destination as we start your 2025 off right with the biggest names in folk, rock, and country music. Grab your tickets for indie rock superstars The Killers as they play all their popular tunes on February 18th. Pop superstars and radio hitmakers The Lumineers grace the stage on February 22nd. And country legend Reba McEntire performs March 20th. Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter.
Looking for the perfect present this holiday season? Give the gift of Chargers season tickets. That's right, 2025 Los Angeles Chargers season tickets are on sale now. Lock in the best seats at the lowest prices and be part of the electric atmosphere inside SoFi Stadium for year 2 of the Jim Harbaugh era. Every tailgate, every hit, every high five, every performance, and every memory. There's nothing quite like Chargers game day. Find out what everyone's been talking about. Visit chargers.com/tickets today.
Chargers season comes to a close with a 32-12 throttling in the wild card round here in Houston at NRG Stadium. The Texans, champs of the AFC South, coming in at 10-7. Chargers 11-6. C.J. Stroud plays a heck of a game, 22 of 33 for 282 yards and a touchdown. Did throw an interception, but he had 4 rushes for 44. The 2 knees made it look like 6 for 42, but it was really 4 for 44. Joe Mixon rushed for over 100 yards and a touchdown. And man, did this defense get after it. Sacks, 4 interceptions, a pick 6. And that was perhaps maybe the thing that was most overlooked going into this game, DJ, by a lot of folks, is just this is a really good Texans defense that has gotten after it all season long.
Sometimes, too, we can look at stats and we can talk about the individual players. To me, the biggest takeaway from this game, the Houston Texans were smacking people. They were flying around. They were the more physical team. They looked faster. And it was stark. It started out in the Chargers' favor, but the vast majority of this ball game, they were the aggressor. They were the more aggressive, the more physical team. They were moving people at the line of scrimmage. They won the line of scrimmage, and that's something we're just not used to seeing. We haven't seen it much all year like that.
And we talked about it when they went up 6-0. You're talking about 7 minutes into the game. They're up 6-0, 7 minutes into that first quarter. Actually, it was 8 minutes into that first quarter. And after that, we got 4 plays punt, 5 plays punt, that 1-play interception that negated that interception by Dean Leonard, where they were already in field goal range and could have gone up by 2 scores and just kind of planted more seeds of doubt. Instead, it's a 1-play pick. And then, again, a punt. And that led to the touchdown, the 99-yard drive when they had him at 3rd and 16. Nearly had a safety. And, man, it's crazy how fast it unraveled, considering what that drive was. You get a J.K. Scott punt that pins him inside the 1. You get a 3rd and 16 backed up inside your own 10-yard line. A snap that's over the head of C.J. Stroud and a fumble as he's tracking it down, and that becomes a 35-yard play that sparks a 99-yard drive.
Yeah, well, it also, some of the issues that have crept in, and that goes beyond this year, in previous years, setting contain, not letting quarterback get outside. We've seen it in some end-of-the-season runs against the Chargers on 4th downs where they've lost contain. In this game, they not only lost it in some of the runs, but really it was letting C.J. Stroud get outside.
Right.
What those 4 carries, as well as what he did outside the pocket, absolutely killed the Chargers today.
Yeah, and look, turnovers. You can't throw 4 interceptions. No. One of them a pick 6. One of them all the way down inside the 10-yard line.
One of them was on Will Dissly, 1,000%.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hit him in the hands. Should have been a 5-yard completion. Instead, it's an interception for a 55-yard return. But just, and I think that kind of speaks to a little bit of sloppiness. You think about the blocked punt, the blocked extra point, just things you haven't really seen this season that showed up here today when
the Texans were more buttoned up.
That's what I mean. Like as focused as you have to be in the postseason. And the Chargers just weren't today. Let's quickly take 10 seconds for our stations to identify themselves on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
So we'll break here, come back, wrap it up, and then have Ilo carry it out for the last time this season. Chargers go 11-6 on the campaign. They punch their ticket to the tournament as the 5 seed, but unfortunately it is one and done. And I'll tell you, when you're the first game of the playoffs,
that's rough. It's like over before it started.
Exactly. You're done before you feel like the thing even got underway. So 32-12, Texans win on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Sometimes you only get one look at greatness. After all, there's only one Dan Fouts, only one LaDainian Tomlinson, and one Kellen Winslow. There's only one Lombardi Trophy, only one case of Super Bowl rings, and only one Hall of Fame gallery that houses the bronze bust of each Hall of Famer. And they all live in one place, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where one look at greatness lives forever. Ignite the passion, relive the glory. Book your visit now at profootballhof.com.
Day 2 of wildcard weekend kicks off when the Denver Broncos.
Nix throws a ball on the run. That ball is caught, and that is a Denver touchdown, and that is Cortland Sutton.
Take on the Buffalo Bills.
It's an Allen keeper, and he sails into the end zone on a 4-yard touchdown run.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, catch the national broadcast on NFL Radio Channel 88. The Broncos call on Sirius 82 XM 226. The Bills call on Sirius 85 XM 225. In the car and on the Sirius XM app.
A new era of the college football playoff is here, and you can hear every play, every touchdown, and every unbelievable moment on SiriusXM College Sports Radio.
Caught on a spinning move in the end zone.
With exclusive pregame analysis and in-depth postgame breakdowns, we're your ultimate destination for playoff action all month long.
At the 10, at the 5, into the end zone!
Don't miss a second of the college football playoff right here on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
Working too hard to give you a heart attack.
You want to become good? Work. Laying at Sweet 16s, parties, weddings, bar mitzvahs. First record I remember buying was Time Out by Dave Brubeck. Flabbergasted by that album, how good that was. You know the song Wipeout? I just adapted it to the piano.
The Billy Joel Channel is back on Sirius XM for a limited time. Channel 79 and the Sirius XM app.
Los Angeles fans, hear what Coach Harbaugh and the players have to say after each game on the Chargers channel. 8:17 on the SiriusXM app.
Postgame presented by UCLA Health, keeping you on top of your game. And, I know it. Look, it sucks. Losing the wild card round stinks. It makes you feel bad about how the season ended, but just so many positives this season, and I'm staring at one of them right now. DJ, we had so many Charger fans make the trip out. They just flooded that lower bowl section right behind the Charger bench. And even though there's no Chargers out on the field, it's our equipment team. I see Tasso down there and Duddy and a handful of the guys, and they just don't want to leave. We got probably 100, 200 Charger fans that just don't want to leave because they don't want this season to be over. It's been such a fun season prior to this one, and it's just a darn shame that this is how we're going to leave the season when there was so much positive that we can point to that happened over the course of this year.
Yeah, I think the thought that I'm left with is the distance traveled from last year's team to this year's team. What a turnaround within 1 year's time, but also with the understanding due to having to, take a step back to clean up some of the salary cap issues, that this was really a reset year. And as far as the team traveled from last year to this year, there's the potential to travel just as far from this year to next year with some money freed up, resources available to go out and try and better this roster. Which is, look, we were honest that there's some holes on this roster. This is a team and a coaching staff that did a wonderful job of putting people in a position to do what they do best, but also to cover up some of the deficiencies. And going forward, they're going to have an opportunity to plug a lot of those holes in this upcoming offseason.
Hey, talking about north of $75 million in cap room. Another draft for Joe Ortiz, who knocked it out of the park this year with Joe Alt and Ladd McConkey and Junior Colson, who was injured but played some pretty good football at times. Obviously, Tarheeb still and Cam Hart. You got two starting corners out of that thing, so give him another crack, and Chad Alexander and that whole staff to populate this roster with more great young players. Again, to not have to worry about decisions between Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, pay cuts, cutting, trading, all that sort of stuff. And I'm excited to see what it holds, because you certainly have got some great young players on this team, starting with those 2 draft picks in Ladd McConkey and Joe Walton, how well they played this season.
Yeah, I mean, and look, Justin didn't have the game he wanted today, but he needs some help. And I think this is it's a good way to go into the offseason with a fresh perspective on what the needs are. I think those are very apparent with where they are at this point in time. And I trust Joe Ortiz and Chad Alexander and company to get that accomplished. So this is the ground floor. This is a heck of a turnaround from last year to this year. And, don't hang your head if you're a Charger fan, knowing that, man, it's only going up from here.
Yeah.
This is the floor.
You found your head coach. You have your quarterback, and that's where it all starts. You build from that foundation, and you got an opportunity, like we said, with draft picks, with cap space, and with guys that have proven themselves over the course of this first offseason, what they were able to do to identify talent, to just sign guys, to claim them off waivers that would come in. I mean, look at Tony Jefferson today.
Yeah.
The 53rd guy that made the roster out of training camp, forces a fumble, recovers the fumble, and it leads to 3 points. Like, that's just an example of what this front office has been able to do since arriving, and you get excited about that. This one's going to sting, and again, I can't say enough about these fans that I'm seeing just standing on that wall, not wanting to leave because they don't want this thing to be over. It was such a fun run, and that goes for our crew. What a great year. A huge thank you to our stat man today, Jeremy, and to all our stat guys throughout the season. Steve DeSager back for all of our home games, and our man Bob Petnick for all of our home games as our spotter. Our man Craig Bryan has been our spotter on nearly every single road game. Statman Ben on most of our road games as well. We cannot thank them enough for a great season here on the broadcast. Our on-site engineer, just top of the pops, Richard Ramos, back in the studio. Sam Zia, Zach Elk helped out today with highlights as well. And our executive producer, Justin Frosberg, who puts this whole thing together and makes it hum. Could not be more excited about the crew that I work with. I am absolutely fortunate to work with DJ and Shannon Farron. It's one of my absolute favorite things I look forward to every single week, being able to call these games because of the people we work with and how special it is. And I can only hope we're all back again next year to build along with these, with Harbaugh and with Joe Ortiz, because we are so excited about what the future holds. And it's a bummer for us to say goodbye as well, because, man, it's been a heck of a year, DJ.
Yeah, we've got an unbelievable team, and I'm glad you're able to recognize everybody individually. Give a little special shout-out to Shannon, the job that she did on the sideline all year long. I mean, nobody works harder and gets more great information for us. So, and I get a chance to travel around NFL cities and call games of a fun football team with one of my best friends who is the absolute best in the business. So it's again, we've done this a few years now. Hopefully we're doing it for a lot more.
No doubt. We're excited about the future. We hope you are too. The immediate future is another exceptional part of our broadcast. Isaac Lowenkron is going to carry it from here, and he'll put a bow on this season. And again, a lot of positives to take out of it. 32-12 is not a great way to end it, but of course we'll focus on those positives as we look toward next season with Coach Harbaugh, Justin Herbert, Joe Ortiz, and the Spanos family, and where this thing is headed. We're excited about it, and thank you, everybody, for riding along with us on this one. It was a heck of a ride, and man, are we bummed that it's over, but we can't be more excited about what's to come. So Ilo will join you when we return as the Chargers fall in the wild card round of the Texans 32-12 on the LA Chargers Football Network. Shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, rolling to his right, throws, caught it, what a grab! Oh my goodness, what a grab!
This has been LA Chargers football.
Hey, you know our respect in this league? We're going to take every last bit of it!
LA Chargers football.
Chargers football.
All season long.
The Chargers defense comes up huge.
On your radio home for the Bolts. This is LA Chargers locker room.
Intercepted! The Chargers pick it up right sideline.
On your radio home for the Bolts.
Never saw.
Now your host, Isaac Lowenkron.
Not even the most ardent Stetson-wearing Houston Texan fan could have envisioned that it would have gone down like it did today at NRG Stadium as the underdog Houston Texans eliminate the favored Los Angeles Chargers, and they do it decisively, dominating in every facet of the game: offense, defense, special teams, and knocking off the Chargers by 20 points, 32-12. And Houston was the better team than the Chargers in all facets of the game, across the board, even though it certainly didn't start that way, with the Chargers jumping out to a 6-0 lead. The Chargers defense coming up with 3 takeaways today, but only able to turn those 3 takeaways into a measly field goal. The Chargers running game, after an impressive start on their opening drive, completely non-existent, held under 3 yards a carry, including their number 1 running back, J.K. Dobbins. And that's followed the Chargers' M.O. all season long. When they run the ball effectively,